So you already know what it is. It's your boy Big Picture Fats back here in the great area, presented to you by the Big Picture. Today we got a very special guest. This is one of the OGs of Lynn. He don't look like an OG because he's still young, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely an OG, and we're gonna get into that. Welcome C Wells to the building. You already know.
Wells.
My boy, thank you for coming, my guy. Appreciate
you having me.
So let's get right into it, right? So when I first met you, it was Cake and Boys. And it's very ironic because I haven't been able to talk about Cake and Boys since I got into this whole podcast shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk much about them.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So
not many people from that era.
right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny. I had to break some shit down to Beham because he was letting me know because he came to the podcast too. He came into the interview. And you was a topic of one of the conversations, and I was giving you your flowers, of course, because I started this shit when I started it. You was already getting into this shit, you know what I mean? So that's the era that he didn't know about, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that you was already like had your own fucking brand, your own label. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know nothing about that. So he said y'all got into some back and forth shit before.
Yeah.
Because he was, he didn't really acknowledge that because he didn't really know your story. So
Yeah.
I got to able to like break him down a little something. You know what I'm saying? But was you like, I think you was maybe, 15, 16 when I first met you?
Probably like, 14, 15.
14, 15. That's dangerous. You was 14 and you had some real motion. So how'd you get with the Cake and Boys?
So I was always writing. And of course, like, there's like even pre-Cake and Boys, there's like, I was writing since I was going to Greg House as a kid. A lot of us know Righteous. Righteous was a staff at Greg House.
Absolutely.
We knew him as JoJo at the time. And, he was drew, he was drawing, he was rapping. I was trying to find myself growing up.
Right.
'Cause I wasn't always popular. So like I was just like, all right, where do I fit in? Like, all right, basketball, people got their favoritism. I already seen that earlier. Coaches are gonna play who they play. Whether it's football, basketball, it doesn't matter the sport. So like two things that I gravitated towards was the drawing thing and rapping. And especially and I always hung out with older people growing up. So it wasn't just like that during Cake and Boys where I was the youngest guy. I was like that already as a kid. My mom used to be like, why don't you hang out with people your age? And I didn't start doing that until like late high school.
Right.
So so like I always would gravitate towards the older homies. I seen Righteous rapping. So secretly I was writing. Greg House I had a after school program where they would have programs within that school program where they would put like songs together.
Right.
Once I seen that opportunity, I jumped on it. So I'm like, I want to rap. I would start to write my own raps and I didn't like them.
Word?
Righteous wrote he hates when I say it. Because he'd be like, yo, I didn't write that shit. He's like, I didn't write your first rap. You wrote that yourself. But I give him the credit. Like, he helped me with all I needed was help with one. So, like, he wrote my first one, and I'm just like, and I still remember it still to this day. Like,
get out of here, for real.
Yeah, it's young Chris with the fly clothes. I like your flow, but I could do it with my eyes closed. Now sit back and listen to the maestro who makes the mic glow. Stop it still. I'm the bully in the lunchroom, wants your chocolate milk. Laid up, the radios blasting up. I'm just too real for y'all. Y'all just cartoons like Daffy Duck. Like, so like, I can't remember what I wrote yesterday.
Yeah, that's in your soul. That's just engraved in there.
But I knew like right off that, I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like, there's no ifs or buts about it. Like, and even outside of the after school program, I couldn't find a studio. Like, having a studio around that shit was.
It wasn't easy to find.
It wasn't realistic.
No, it wasn't.
I'm just like, yo, this is to me like, all right, basketball. It looked a little bit, football, baseball, whatever. It seemed a little bit more obtainable. Rapping didn't seem that obtainable, but I just felt it in my soul to do it. It just was like, yo, you're gonna figure this out eventually. Like, there's just something about this that you're not letting go. And this is me at 9 years old. So
that's fire.
So now I'm just writing. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just. So now I had this plan. Like, people think this strategic C Wells came about. Like, I've been like this since birth. Like, especially with rap in particular. Like, so I'm like, yo, there's no studios, but I'm gonna polish myself until that day comes. I'm gonna be ready.
Yep.
So I'm secretly writing. None of my homies know I rap. I gangbanged a little growing up. A lot of people that know me know that. So like, I was our big homies growing up. I was more younger, so no one really knew of me that much. So I had a couple older homies that knew I rapped. A few of them, like, so they would jump in ciphers, and I'd be envious of them because they was not shy. People think I'm like, people say to me all the time, like, yo, why are you so brave to go in front of whether it's regular talking, that could be at like a job or something talking, or at a regular, people be like, yo, why do you, and I'm just like, I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was shy, like a small rap cipher, I was scared to jump in.
Same, bro. Same.
You feel me? So
exactly,
I would do that. So, and then after that, and at that time, I'm only like, I'm probably like 7th, 8th grade, maybe 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally high school comes. And I knew KB, who was kicking boys with us at a point too.
Yeah.
I met him in high school, and people would always tell me he knew about studios. And I was by freshman year in high school, everyone already knew who I was. I was popular, so I'm like, all right, oh, there's a studio around. I'm gonna make my way in there. Mind you, I'm not knowing what I know about rap now. I'm just like, I'm the cool guy in high school. I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna accept me. So me and KB get cool, and I'm like, yo, introduce me to. I didn't know to call the engineer at the time, but I'm like, yo, introduce me to the studio guy. I bet. He's like, yo, there's a guy that owns a studio that's a substitute teacher at our school. I'm like, what? That was another thing that was unrealistic to me. I was like, a guy that works at our school that owns a studio?
Right.
I bet. And mind you, I went to tech, so I'm thinking he had a studio in tech or something. I don't know what I thought. One day after school, it was like probably within like the first few weeks, I got right to it freshman year. Like he introduced me to John Ray.
Yep.
And John Ray probably thought I was just another guy wanting to rap, which was rightfully so. I did my first. This is when Swagger Like Us came out.
Yep.
'Cause that was one of the first songs I ever like remixed ever. So like that's how I know it was around that time. It was definitely around
Classic. You just made me feel dusty as motherfucker, yo.
Swagger Like Us came out, and I was a Wayne baby. Like that was like the first like.
That's not a bad baby to be.
Nah, him 50. Like, cause
For real.
like a lot of the rap beef
That's
I got in
era.
growing up was because I was a 50 fan. I was not shy, and plus I was not shy from confrontation. So like,
Word.
I'm like, yo, if I got to do that to get this recognition for rapping, I'm gonna do it.
Word.
So KB introduced me to John Ray. John Ray had the studio in his crib, and we go there. I think by like my first 3 songs, I meet Swag, I meet John Ray. R.I.P. John Ray's mother, I met her like at the time.
I didn't know that. R.I.P. to her. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and yo, great lady.
I never got to meet.
Yeah, welcome me in the crib off rip. Like a lot of people could read that. When I meet people's parents, they could read that off me. Oh, he's respectable, and it's like okay, he's like my son too.
Yeah,
but,
I got to like meet her in passing for real. Like I never got to like.
Right.
I same thing though. I've heard a lot. Growing
right.
up. Yeah.
And then like after like first 3 songs, I put the first one out. John Ray seen the traction I was getting off that first one, and I didn't anticipate it. I just knew a lot of people knew who I was.
Yeah.
And that was my first song, 16. You see how I rapped a song from when I was 9? I couldn't tell you what that I couldn't recite my first song to you.
Right.
I have a structure of what it was like, but I don't remember it. Don't know where it is. Can't find it. Hopefully. No one could probably find that. Plus the stuff we was uploading music on around that time, it's all gone.
Yeah, it's gone, man. It's just obsolete.
Yeah, like
crazy. Lost a lot of songs, man.
Yo,
a lot of dope songs.
People don't know about MP3 Twin.
Yeah,
bro. See, a lot of them things are gone now.
Yeah,
but
DatPiff. I know they discontinued for like a few years back.
My
right?
first 3 mixtapes were on DatPiff. DatPiff's gone now, so it's like
That's when we was doing 18, 19 songs on a joint. Like
I plan on going back to those days because I missed that. I'm like just to remember like what getting my issue off on 18 songs was like. Yeah. Like you didn't even want to put a project out if you didn't have 18, 20 songs to put
For real, bro. It was wild. It was a good time.
I wish I had if I had the structure that I have now to go put out a project, it'll be way different because it's like, I could get it out faster.
Absolutely.
It used to take me a year, 2 years to put out a project because I had to have 18 songs on the joint. But
biggest facts.
So after like my 3rd song, like John Ray and Swag were drawn to me a lot. They was telling me about the Cake and Boys thing, and it was just them 2. and I met a lot of other guys through that process. Like Trigger was around at the time. A lot of people like us know who that is. But yeah, like, and that's how it happened. Next thing you know,
Yeah,
we're building up. We're out of John Ray's crib. He got
Yeah.
the studio, and we went through studios. Like,
Yeah,
so
facts.
like that's another thing. Like people don't understand about my process now. It's like, you could go missing for a year or two, and then come back like it was nothing. I was raised that way.
Yeah.
I'm loyal. So like, if I'm recording at a studio and something happens to it, I'm out of commission. I'm gonna take myself out. I'm like, all right, until we figure this out, then I'm back rapping.
You know that the way you just broke that down was literally has a lot to do with our falling out.
Yeah.
I would say falling out with Cake and Boys.
Right.
My falling out with
Right.
Cake and Boys.
Right.
Because now let's blend the stories, right?
Yeah.
So I met John Ray when he had the studio in the crib too, but he was just about to move it out.
Yeah, the one on what's the name of that street?
Kirtland, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the street over from Kirtland.
Yeah, it was right off Boston Street. I know that.
Was it Robinson Street?
Robinson.
Okay,
it was
yeah.
one of them two, Robinson
Yeah.
or Kirtland. Young T brought me over there.
Yes.
For a studio session that he set up.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just like you. I was looking for a studio.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, I'm going to take this music shit
People
seriously.
don't know about those times,
I had
bro.
just quit selling drugs.
Yeah.
Word up. I just quit selling because, my kid's mom told me she was pregnant with my first son.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck it. I'm not selling. I'm not hustling no more, bro. Literally, right when she told me that, I was done hustling in 10
Yeah.
minutes. Like, made the phone call, called one of my homies, like, yo, come get this shit, get the phone. Like, you know what I mean? And I started taking my music serious, so I had to find a studio. This nigga T, he brought me to John Ray.
Yep.
We did a session. John Ray liked my style, my energy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, you could be good for the team type shit.
Yeah.
Come fuck with niggas. I'm like, bet, because I'm looking for a place to be anyway. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's when I started consistently working with Cake and
He was
Boys.
building
John
the
Ray.
Avengers.
Yeah, he was.
I was watching it. Like I would come, like I wouldn't be at the studio. People like y'all would be there.
Yeah.
I'm coming there the next day. And I'm like, and mind you, I'm the spoiled brat. I'm the baby of Cake and Boys. So I'm coming like,
Word.
who fucking these guys? Like,
Word.
so, but like,
we in there ruly as fuck too.
yeah,
You already
but
know.
it was
We
like
in there
over
wildin'.
time. I mean, I'm growing up, so like I'm. This is how I'm understanding how the music process goes.
Yeah.
But then it was like, as I was growing, we were growing, and I'm understanding the beauty of the music shit. Oh, and I'm thinking, oh, you got to do this with niggas you grew up with and X, Y, and Z. Like
Yeah.
that shit like that helped me break that mold of thinking. It was just like, nah. Sometimes like shit just happens. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
But I'm coming there, and every single time, like he was building the team little by little. Me,
Yeah.
you, Dame, like it was going and going.
Yeah,
and
it was
going.
getting crazy. It was getting crazy, and because I'd be tooting my own horn a lot of times when I'd be like, nigga, I inspired half you niggas in the city to get off the fucking couch, nigga,
Yeah.
get on the mic, and it's because during that time, so I ended up becoming homeless. You know what I'm saying? It was either basically choose get a 9 to 5 or like music wasn't paying the bills now. You
Yeah.
know, drug dealing ain't making
And
fast.
it wasn't like the internet
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
like how it
Not
is
at
now.
all, not even close. So it was like either fucking get a job or fucking figure it out type
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna choose music, nigga, because I know this is gonna pay my bills at some point.
Exactly.
You know, it's one of them shits where you had to make a hard, rough choice. You
Yeah.
feel me? And I made the choice. So I was homeless, and I ended up calling John Ray. And this is something, no matter how not cool we are today, I don't
Yeah.
really give a fuck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'll never forget where I came from, how I
Exactly.
started, nigga. And I didn't have nowhere to go, and I called him, and I needed a place to stay. And he was like, and mind you, he had just met me like for that year. You feel me?
I think you're refreshing my memory.
You know what I'm
I kinda
saying?
remember that.
And I'm like, yo, I got nowhere to live and shit. This is a situation, man. Everything just got swept from underneath my feet. No bullshit. And he was like, yo, I can give you the keys to the studio. You can crash there for a little bit. You feel me? So he gave me the keys to the studio. You know, the only thing was in there was that little love seat with the little
Yep.
two-seater. You feel me?
Damn, you're taking me back. Right
Yeah,
now,
bro.
I
So,
remember.
nigga, I lived in there for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Every day I had to go somewhere and take a shower and shit, like, and go do my laundry at the laundromat. Like, it was wild. Like, they had a bike in there, a blow-up mattress at one point, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But,
And me being the spoiled
It was
brat,
only
I'm coming
supposed
the
to be-
school like, what the fuck is
yeah,
this?
it
Like,
became me. It became me
Yeah.
running the shit because this is where shit started getting crazy different. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, the first night there, nigga, I didn't know how to record. I didn't know how to engineer
Yeah.
people yet. You know what I mean? I just knew how to write music, and I did know how to make beats
you
at the
was
time.
doing the sessions.
I was doing
remember
the
that.
sessions,
I
correct.
remember that.
So I read the Pro Tools book. I was stressed out. I was crying, nigga. I was like, nigga, fuck, nigga. I want to show you music's gonna pay the bills, bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm mad. Like, I'm reading this shit with anger,
That's what it takes
passion.
in
You know what I'm
itself.
saying? So I'm reading the book. I read through that whole book like I was in the feds, nigga.
Yeah.
The next night, it was like 22 hours. I read that book. It was done. So I called John and I'm like, hey, you think I could turn the computer on and just fucking try to record something? He's like, you don't even know how to fucking record, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just read this book and I'm like, I think I can do it.
Yeah.
He's like, if you think you can, he's like, I just don't crash my shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, bet. So I got up there, I fucking sat down, I recorded, sat there for a few hours, and I sent the nigga the song I recorded.
Yeah, I think you
he was-
actually did the session to the original Let's Call It Lynn, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I did too.
I think you
Cause
did.
I did. I did do that.
Yeah.
And cause he was like, yo, you became a better engineer than me.
Yeah.
He literally admitted that gracefully. He was like, yo, bro, I don't even need to be there.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, yo, the rent's like $350 a month. He's like, if you can make that through studio sessions and shit like that, if you can just, you know what I'm saying?
Those times,
He's like, nigga, he didn't have to, see, he was like, the only time I need to be there is when I'm working with Dame.
Yeah.
So now he kind of lost his passion, is what I thought. That's what I felt at the time. He lost his passion because the studio was already about to like get, he was about to lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have enough consistent clients
Yeah.
coming in with the sessions or whatever.
And studio
And he
time
was
is
like,
only $20 an hour.
$20 an hour, right? And I was charging 20. I thought I was
Yeah.
charging. I know a couple times I charged. I think I raised it to 25 at some point.
But somewhere
But,
it was like 20 to
yeah.
$30 an hour. It's not
Yeah,
what it is.
it was
Maybe
very
even
cheap.
40.
25 was like the most I ever charged
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was like, bet. So this is when I start calling. I'm calling all my gang member friends. I'm turning everybody into rappers. I'm
Yeah.
like, nigga, well, let's get in the studio, nigga. We drunk. I'm like, fuck it, y'all drunk. I know y'all gonna waste time.
Yep.
Pay for it. I don't
Yep.
give a fuck. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Saving the day.
So now I got all the homies in the studio. I got niggas who's, up and coming artists who's inspired by what we got going on as
Yeah.
Cake and Boys, and
Yeah.
that we doing it. Now we got the Kevins. We doing the shows every week. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So we got action out here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We was
Cake and
building
Boys
this
is
shit.
a fucking. It was like a household name in the city.
Yeah, hell
at the
yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? So everybody
There
knew
was
who he
nothing
was.
else going on.
Nothing else. We was the only, and that's nigga. When I say that, niggas be trying to humble me. I'm like,
No.
suck my dick, nigga.
There was nothing
Cake
else
and Boys
going
was
on.
the first thing popping out here after Stack Dough. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give them niggas their flowers because they was the last thing.
Yeah.
The OG Stack Dough.
Yeah, exactly.
Arrow. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing about us is we had every generation. So like,
Right.
Yeah, you're right. They did.
Yep.
But
They had the music scene
I-
before, and then we
had
came. and was-
14-year-old me, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yep.
saying, who's bringing in that generation, and we got you bringing in your generation. It's like
Exactly.
we had everything, and then John Ray and Swag are white, so they're bringing that crowd.
Yep. It was fucking dope, bro.
It
I
was the
missed that
definition
shit.
of what Lynn was like. Well, what it is actually, because it's like there wasn't one demographic of person there. Like you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like and it was.
And then
someone-
I fucked around and brought Clancy outside.
Right, right,
Facts.
right. So like even with that, it's like
Yeah.
Clancy was around. Like and then look what that group produced. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. Cake and Boys definitely did some great things for the city.
Hell yeah.
And a lot of niggas didn't. Can't say don't because they haven't stayed relevant long enough, but I would say didn't give them the respect they deserved. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They did do a lot. And so, going back to where, I had to live in the studio for that couple years or whatever, and then, niggas was doing shows on a regular.
Yeah.
Every week, damn near
Yeah.
motherfuckers was outside doing some kind of performances.
Yep.
Over time, you had built the Live Famous brand. Before I started my own label,
Yeah.
you had started your own label. You fucking signed yourself. You started your clothing, which I'm rocking right now. Live Famous.
Facts.
Make sure you go get that.
And we'll
Don't
get
slack.
into that story because
Yeah.
how that happens is
Yeah,
like the Wells
exactly.
ad-lib we was talking about.
Exactly.
Same
That's the
thing.
next phase right
Yeah.
there. It was Cake and Boys, then Live Famous.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We getting there. In fact.
Yeah.
So, you remember the studio got robbed.
Yes.
Hey, you
That
remember-
was like what around like 2012 or something like
2012.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
20
yeah.
like end of 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Because that's kind of when me and John's fallout happened too.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is how ours happened, right? So the studio got robbed, this and that. And I was on vigilante mode because I knew that it had to be some people because I was the nigga who had all the traffic
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
into the studio. I'm like,
yeah.
somebody I know how to do this sucker shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? After all the shit, all the songs, all this time, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know how you just broke down, like, that mentality of when something goes wrong, you just be like, fuck, I'm gonna give up. I ain't gonna have nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when that happened, a lot of niggas gave up. And I feel like John Ray and Swag gave up on us and gave up on themselves when it came to this music shit. After the studio got robbed, I feel like they gave up on themselves.
Because, well, even if, not to skip over some parts, a lot of, there's that was like the final straw.
Right.
But pre that, because like I was saying, like I was the child. Like, so it was like,
Yeah.
they done ran through studios before that. Like,
Yeah.
we was actually in that building before.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened with the studio. It had like no windows or something. We had like a room in like one of the corners that had no windows, hot as fuck. I'm doing my first, was it my first? No, my second tape.
Yeah.
I'm sweating in the booth. Like, I'm dying. Like, my voice is cracking trying to get these vocals off. Like, that's where I learned to become a great rapper, though. Like, it was like, I was put under some crazy ass conditions, but not to stray away from what we was talking about. They went through it. So like, I'm sure like for them, like that was the last straw. It was just like, yo, these studios are breaking me. Like no bullshit. So now being an adult, I understand it and looking back on it, I'm like, oh shit, like that's crazy.
It was a fucked up time, and everybody was devastated. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially with all the music that was lost.
And it was like I was smelling it. I was kind of smelling it, like because it was like once again like it's like the baby it knows when something's wrong. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so I'm like yo something's different. I'm like all right well before this goes completely south and you can't like we were just talking about you can't keep stopping yourself when the studio stops.
Yeah.
I'm like so you smell this coming again.
Yep.
Start paying attention, and that's how I started studying the Boston scene because I had to understand what was going on outside of us. I'm like, yo, there can't be just us going on.
Exactly.
I'm like, it just can't. So I started doing my research, and I started figuring out about the Boston scene. Like when a lot of people didn't know about it, I was just really, really like, I was hung on it too because like I couldn't understand how people had this environment where we was building ours.
Right.
It was like I was watching the Boston scene from where we were, and they had like these people were tuned in, and I'm envious of it. I'm like, nah, I need parts. Like I'm the Lynn guy, but I'm gonna figure out how to go over there.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was doing. So I ended up figuring out. I'm like, okay, maybe these guys are who they are because they're recording at this studio right here. Okay, I feel like shit's coming to an end over here. I'm gonna start chatting with this studio over here, but I'm not gonna go yet until I completely feel like
that this one's diminished,
so,
right?
Yeah,
of course.
so I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go over here until I figure out what's going on over here.
Yeah.
And the more my gut just kept telling me like, yo, it's time to go. Like it's time to go. You can't. And I'm good for overstaying my welcome in the situation. So I'm like, I was reading that. I'm like, you gotta roll the dice. And to even touch on the Live Famous thing that you brought up, this is in the midst of that too. Mm-hmm. John Ray's hearing me saying to the songs, but it was just like the Wells thing. I didn't know what I was doing with it. Like,
right.
Like I'm on the songs like Wells. It just sounded good to me. Like I didn't know. Like, and I was getting the beginning of the songs was just playing. I would start the song, and the song would be playing. There would be nothing at the beginning of the song.
Yep.
And I would go home and listen to my songs, and I'm going home, and then I'm listening to some of my favorite rappers. We're listening to Wayne Flick Lighters in the beginning of the song.
Yeah, bro.
And having these signature things. I'm like, yo, I need to figure this out. I'm like, because my beginning of my songs.
I stayed with talking some shit in the beginning.
You feel
of my
me?
shit.
Like
Facts.
So like, oh, and then I'm watching you do it. I'm like, yo, Fats is doing like, I got to figure out what my thing is and to starting songs, and I did the Wells thing, and it came out of nowhere one day. And another thing that followed it. Well, besides that, when I doing the Wells thing, I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm going out in public and people are doing, people's mothers do that to me. Like, they'd be like, Wells. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, and I think, and it happened, and it was up until, like, I've always known it stuck. But I really realized it, like, within the last, like, during the pandemic. Like, people were seeing me and doing it. And I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, when I'm doing the Wells thing, I'm like, all right. I need something else other than the Wells. It's not enough to take up the beginning of the song. So I'm like, so one day I had my, outside of Cake Boys, I had my own homies. I remember one day looking at my man's tats, and I must have been high or something. So I was looking at it, I'm like, yo, what's your tat say? That shit say Live Famous? He's like, no, that's not what it says. He was like, I forget what he told me it said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, I think I just did something.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
that's dope.
So I thought it was just a slogan to me at first. So like, I'm going to Live Famous. I'm saying in the beginning of the songs. 2012, around when I'm plotting on my escape.
Yeah.
John Ray says it to me. He's like, yo, da 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 da, things is going on with the studio, and I understand. And he's kind of like he's done said it before, but I ignored it because I'm like, yo, I'm kicking boys to the death of me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because once again, I'm super loyal, bro. One day he says to me, and I fully hear him when he says it. He's like, yo, and I'm seeing you starting to build this your own little side thing with the Live Famous thing. I'm like, yo, this Live Famous thing sticking like that he's worried about this. So that's when I really start considering it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what's he trying to say? And I sat and thought about it, and that's how I started building the Live Famous thing.
That is crazy. Y'all see how you can make shit happen, bro?
Yeah,
that is fucking crazy, bro.
And a lot of this shit is just like following your gut, and that was like no matter how many times I try to walk away, something brings me back. Like rap don't gotta go bad for me to quit. I'll just be like, yo, I'll question myself. Like it could be at its height, and I'll be like, yo, is this the thing for me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will wait till it goes bad and be like, yo, you guys shouldn't make it, you gotta get to quit rapping. Cause I watched a lot of older guys do that when they stopped. Like, and I never wanted to be that guy. To be like, because rap didn't work out for me, I go and tell the younger guys, nah, instead of me telling you don't rap, I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong.
Exactly, bro. And some of them take it and some of them leave it. Cause like, you know, some of them feel like they got it all figured out already.
Right. And if it's, but what we gotta understand is, because we were young too at one point.
And did the same shit. What ends
up happening though is life happens and their brain itself will track back to what you said to them. It could have been a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. It doesn't matter when you said it. Next time you see that person, they're like, yo, that I know I wasn't listening to you that time you said X, Y, and Z, but now that I'm mature,
it does come back full circle.
Exactly.
It does, because you know what's funny? Like now, like even like the age I am now,
yeah,
I get a lot of random messages from people that I like either went to high school with or people that were just like bystanders that I didn't even know were watching.
Yeah.
And they'll jump in my inbox and they're just like, give me flowers, and I'd be like, nigga. And that's why sometimes I get mad at myself for straying off into negative frequencies and shit sometimes, because I'm like, I know I you know what I mean, I inspire a lot of people, bro, and they keep telling me every year at least 5-10 people reach out to me. Like half of them I know, half I didn't know. Yeah. And they be like, yo, bro, I've been watching you since Caking Boys.
Exactly.
Like, bro, I've been, and like what you've done and for like the community and for fucking with the music and like, yo, just everything you've become, nigga, you could have been dead. Yeah. Like, nigga, I watched you be a dickhead. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And even with like, to double down on what you're saying, even like we get so focused on the negative shit that we don't really see the positive that we're actually doing. Like,
right. We start losing focus
on that. Yeah, I'll get so caught up in that and thinking I'm in my own world doing, let's even use Caking Boy times, or I could even use now, like, because I'm doing things that whatever my brain thinks of, I bring it to life. I've always been that. Even if I had a drawing idea that I wanted to draw, I'm like, yo, you've been thinking about this for mad long. Figure out how you can draw this, and then if you're going to make it a logo, whatever the case may be. We get so caught up in here and in the negative stuff that we forget the people that are actually, because a lot of them don't speak, because we feel like they have to be saying something, letting you, because that's the artist ego. Right. We feel like every single body has to say something to us if they're watching what we're doing. That's not the case. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like you said, people message, like I could be in the most negative state ever, and that's when I'll get one of those messages, and they'll be like, yo, you motivate me. And they don't even got to rap. They could be doing something completely.
Yeah,
they could
absolutely.
be an accountant. And
absolutely.
They're like, yo, whenever I'm ready to give this shit up, I think of you, and like no matter who, even if there was them, they're like, I told you shouldn't be doing this. And you still you said, yo, fuck what you think, I'm doing what I think. And people like, yo, I admire that about you. Like, nothing's going to, like, you're gonna do what you want to do. Like,
always, bro.
Like, you always. And I tell people all the time, if someone seen your vision, they would have beat you to it already.
Factual.
Or they would try to.
Yeah.
So it's like, once I told myself that, I'm like, yo, stop beating yourself up because somebody don't see what you see. If they seen what you seen, one, it would be a bunch of people in your lane. That's one. Two, your feet would be getting stepped all over because people are trying to squeeze in there with you.
Exactly.
If you see something there and people don't understand it, you will later. And that's how my life been. Like,
and these niggas understand it.
Exactly.
Nigga. They starting to understand it more and more every day. You can't stop this shit. You can't stop it.
Like,
bro.
And that's why I tell people, I'm like, I think I say in one of my songs, like, my haters understand me better than the people I love. Like,
big time.
It's like, it's because
That's the realest shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the person that hates you, they probably hate you because they see what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Like they're like, oh, I can't do this.
I can't
or, I don't
do that.
See
I
this
can
for myself.
right. I can never do that shit. So I'm going and try to stomp on this nigga.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Why don't you just ask for help, son?
Or write something. Like, 'cause, like I'm gonna give it to you. Because
Right.
that's another thing. Someone might have a perception of you, and that's what that's what I was always had a chip on my shoulder about, because someone always had their perception of who they thought I was until they see me either speak to me or they see me do something like this right now, and then hearing me talk, and they're like, damn, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Or damn, I thought you was this way. Or what people do is they spend a lot of time talking about you with other people. And now
that's
they built their own identity of who you are, and you didn't even do anything.
If that ain't the world we fucking live in.
Like, yo, and
because, bro, I brag all the time about how I'm not a gatekeeper
Right.
with information.
Right.
Like, bro, anything that you need to know about how I got where I got,
Yeah.
about any of the successes that you see me fucking have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I literally be ready to share it with everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? If I give you what I know right now, it puts pressure on me to go figure out something new.
Exactly.
Oh, I just gave you game. Now I got to go figure out, because let's say I'm worried about you passing me. Let's say.
And that's what I always tell people, that right there, like the passing me part.
Yeah.
I be like, the reason that I give you guys information on what I do is because I'm so solidified in what I do.
Yeah.
That you can't replace me.
Yeah.
You can only add on to what's going on.
Yeah, because I'm
You know what I'm saying?
recreating myself every
Yeah,
single day.
That's it, bro. That's it. I'm like,
you
yo,
see
bro.
me when I was 14, I didn't have my leg tatted. Like,
Yo,
but it was like,
yo, you're bugging for that too. You're bugging. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I've been thought about it a couple times. I was like, no.
And that's another thing. It's like the performing. I was scared of needles growing up. My first
Yeah.
one was the logo. Like, that was my first one. Once I got that done, I'm like, oh, this is not that bad. Someone
real?
told me, like, yo, you're gonna get addicted. I'm like, yo, I don't get addicted to nothing. Boy, I was supposed to get tatted. I told you I was supposed to get tatted today.
You definitely supposed to get tatted today.
But like, yeah, but like, I'm glad I gave it a chance, because it was like, sometimes I hate not reinventing myself. I'm continuously reinventing myself. So it's like, if I give somebody game on something, I'm not gonna be the same person tomorrow anyways.
100.
Like, I'm saying, I'm gonna evolve just because I just taught you something.
Yep.
Because I might be learning something. I might be learning the next new thing as I'm telling you this thing that I know right now.
For sure.
So if you're trying to close
people
the door
like us
on
is always
yeah.
figuring out some new shit.
So
That's
if you're
the thing.
closing the door on somebody else from learning something new, you just close yourself. You just close the door that's in front of you on learning the next thing, because you didn't just pass what you just learned.
Biggest time.
Every single time I'm like, damn, should I give this person this? Well, early on, I'm like, damn, should I give this person these gems? And I give it to them, and it's like, whatever you believe in, universe, God, whatever the case may be, it returns tenfold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just passed something on. This is what I
Yeah,
this
these
is what
niggas
you
don't
was put on
understand that
earth to
kind of.
do.
They don't understand that kind of. So, people like you and me are big dreamers,
Right.
Right. So, like we see things in our brains that seems far fetched to the typical average.
Even ourselves.
You know what I'm saying?
But we don't tell ourselves no.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we understand the power of manifestation. We understand the power of speaking things into existence, and because we figured out that the laws of attraction are real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We figured that shit out. And it sounds unattractive to a lot of other people, because when you tell people that, you know, watch your mouth when you're talking.
Yeah.
And you know, watch what you're saying when it comes to what you want in your life, or
Yeah.
as within, so without, just like as above, so below, right?
Exactly.
Focus on your health, and outside of your life will be better. It'll
Yeah.
reflect the inside. You
Yeah.
feel me? And when you start talking about shit like that to people, they become unattracted to the conversation, and I understand why. It's because the media,
Yep.
social media,
Yep.
and you know, motherfuckers in their ear who haven't done shit in their lives either.
Yep.
And they telling them every day that they can't do shit, or they're not gonna be
You
shit.
are who you hang around.
Yeah, you are who you hang around, exactly. And nobody's looking at the circle they hang around.
No.
They just thinking like, no, these are my bros, or these are my sisters, or
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
You'll
They
be
don't.
surprised how many people are scared to make that sacrifice too.
Yo,
Like,
bro, everyone, because I was too.
Yeah, me too.
It took for me to go to feds and all my niggas
Yeah.
to turn. They had to turn on me. All my niggas had to turn on me,
Yeah.
call me a rat, all kinds. They had to
Yeah.
run my name through the dirt.
Right.
I had to go through that.
Yeah.
For niggas to for me to see like, oh, these niggas are all disloyal
Yeah.
ass niggas.
Yeah.
I should have never
I
been.
mean, but
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it takes that. Like
Sometimes it
I
take
won't run
that,
into
because
the
you
same
could have
wall
never
every
told
time.
me that
Yeah.
before. I would at this point in my life right now, I'd have been helping these niggas pay for lawyers.
Right.
I'd have been bailing niggas out of jail, sending their baby mamas money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I would have been the same loyalty I had. I'd have been giving it to these
Right.
niggas still, knowing that and not knowing that these niggas are all a bunch of fucking losers, bro.
Right.
And I needed that shit to reveal to me. That's
Yeah.
why people ask me, I'm like, yo, that 2 years I did in the feds was the most enlightening time. Like I needed, that was necessary for me to do in
it's
my
like
life.
it's like
feel
when
me?
you lose me. It's like I gotta be. It's like I almost wait till I'm rock bottom to. It's like even if it's not doing Fed time, it's like allowing yourself to hit rock bottom.
Yeah,
Period. Like
absolutely.
those were my biggest learning lessons. Where I'm like, because I don't expect no one to save me either. A lot of people look for people to save them.
Right.
So now when you end up in that situation again, you
And
don't
it
know
can't-
how to save yourself. You
Exactly.
just trained yourself to need somebody.
And then you realize that ain't nobody about to save your ass
Exactly.
either. That's
So-
the worst part, when you realize you did all that shit. You did all that fucking, you gave all that loyalty out.
Yeah.
And respect and dedication out to people that you thought where you basically expect these people to show up for you when
Yeah.
you're in a downtime because
Yeah.
of what you've done for them.
Yeah, and now
but then
you
you
feel
realize
entitled.
they don't owe you that.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they don't owe you that.
They don't.
Like,
So that's why, like, whenever I reach the bottom, I never beat myself up about it. I'm like, oh, it's your time for class. It's your learning session right now. I'm like, because when you're done with this right here,
Yep.
you're gonna graduate. Mm-hmm. And like that's where I was kind of.
Yo, I thrive for failure.
What? Bro, I used to be scared of that shit. And it's like that's another thing what people don't really understand about me is like, how do I do what I do? I'm not scared to fail.
Exactly.
Like, and I will.
Bro, that's why I'm doing this podcast. Bro, think about all the things that you know that I do.
Right.
Right? I don't have to do this shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're not limiting yourself.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't have no limits. I'm a fucking artist. I'm an engineer. You name it. I can
Yeah.
do it the fuck all.
Yeah.
And I have free time on my hands, and I have a space where I can do this.
Yeah.
And I think that these conversations are not only necessary, but
Yes.
they're dope as fuck. Especially when you have a vision. Especially when you have. See, because there's a lot of podcasts right now.
Yeah.
I know it's a very popular thing. That's another reason why I wanted to get into it too. It's very
Yeah.
lucrative.
Yep.
I know it takes a lot of time and dedication and shit like that. But
Oh,
my
yeah,
point
I
is,
thought about doing it too. I just wanted to get my other ventures in a certain place.
Yeah.
And then, cause I don't like biting off more than I could chew.
I can
so
dig
it's
it.
like I get these things to a certain place, or get yourself to where you need to be, and then look at those other things that you inspired to do. But
well, you already know I'm always about building and adding on. So
Exactly.
if ever you want to join the team and fucking
Right.
and we can do something together, and then you
Exactly.
can branch off and build more. Like
Right.
I'm always here for that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
just like fucking all these other podcasts got niggas who come through on a regular basis and build the brand with them and shit.
Exactly.
You always welcome to come build with me, bro. We started this shit way back together. like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? But I got into this because not only do I have the free time on my hands and shit, because, you know, business is really heavy for me about 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And then the other 6 months I'm usually traveling or just spending my savings and shit like that.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm always trying to invest in some shit that's going to make more income. That's why I got the vending
Yeah.
machines and the fucking, let's open this
Mm-hmm.
place. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I see a lot of these podcasts and shit, and I just see they promote a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
A lot of them promote a lot of negativity, and I don't want niggas to ever come on here and think that they're gonna be ambushed with questions that make them feel uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that shit happens all the time.
it's about changing the narrative too. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, y'all, the people are gonna talk about that negative shit anyway.
Exactly.
Change the direction of the conversation.
Right. Go over there, and if you want to talk about gangbanging
Exactly.
and fucking your ops and
Yeah,
your
exactly.
fucking, you know what I'm saying? You can do that shit elsewhere. You
Exactly.
feel me? I want to talk to you about the greatness in you. I want to talk
Yeah.
about the brands, the building. You know what I'm saying?
Or
I want-
even the history, like so
And
what
the
we were just
history,
talking
exactly.
about, like the where all this shit started.
Exactly.
We be wanting to sit the younger guys down and explain this now,
And we can't, and that's why this is
Because
great.
in their head, it's a waste of time. That you got them sitting down because they want to go do the other miscellaneous shit we were
Yeah.
just talking about. So now, when all they gotta do is scroll on their TL, they see facts and see what I was talking, and be like, "What the fuck is this about?"
Exactly.
They're gonna go click that, and now they're expecting us to be probably talking about what they want to hear. And now we just gave a life lesson or a
Exactly.
life history lesson, and they're like, "Yo, this is where all this came from." And whether they wanted
And
to
they
hear
had
it
no
or not,
idea.
exactly.
Yeah.
Whether they wanted to hear it or not, now you're walking away with an understanding when you see one of us walking down the street. You're like, "Yo, I seen that interview. Damn, that's why you are the way you are, or that's how you're able to do what you're doing.
Exactly.
I thought you did this overnight. No, this is not an overnight thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God, the motherfuckers who think this shit happened overnight, bro.
people want to be like, oh, you see Wells, you got favoritism. Nigga, I was not popular growing up, buddy. Like, I was
They
not.
got no
Like,
idea, bro.
I wanted to be. I seen who was, and I emulated whatever they were doing, and then I
Yeah.
went and built my own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, this shit is not overnight. I was.
They don't even, I don't think these niggas could even fathom how many times motherfuckers like you and me probably had an emotional breakdown and was ready to just fucking end it all, nigga, because of
people be
this shit.
thinking we perfect.
Yo,
Like,
for real.
that we think that way. No, buddy. Like, I be at my crib swinging like baby boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's why I'd never humble myself when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I bring this shit up, and I think I probably brought this shit up in 3 of these interviews about the word humble. And I inspire to niggas to never humble yourself for nobody, bro. Because ain't nobody about to be happy for you the way you are happy for yourself, bro. I don't care. Like,
you control the narrative.
You see all the shit that I've done as far as starting the music with the cheerleader shit. You know what I'm saying? That became crazy lucrative.
You've been telling me about that for years.
For years, bro. I make 6 figures off that shit in 6 months. I only got work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy bread, and I make sure everybody could eat. I still offer opportunities for everybody to join the team and make some bread.
Dutch Rebels,
You
my
feel me?
sis, she was telling me. I remember I went to the crib because I haven't been able to kick it with her in a while, but that's sis. So like, I remember I was kicking it when she was living in Lynn. We was kicking it at the crib. She's like, yo, you know, she was like, I'm doing the vocal thing with Fats. I'm like, wait, what? How the fuck you know him? I'm like, yo, he was fucking telling me about this shit. And you're doing it with him too? I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Yo, she's highest paid on the team. Cause she's been dedicated. She's been with me the longest as far as consistency. She's been with me like 7 years now.
I love the way she's a
she
savage. Don't have to be in the public eye, nothing crazy, like, and she will be moving better than
every
people
time.
that are getting looks every day.
Yo,
like,
she,
you know
she don't stop.
Nah,
she don't stop. She's the most hungry person I've known in like so long.
I had to harass her.
Before
that became sis, I used to have to chase her around for a verse. Like, yo, I
For
love
real?
what you're doing. I need you on the song.
Yo, bro, all these years I still don't have a song with her.
For real?
You know, we've been talking about doing a song all this time. Yo, we gotta do a song, nigga. We always say
I used to harass sis for a verse. I swear to God. She was like, yo, Dutch, I need. She's like, I would just send the joint, 7 joints. I used to suck at getting people on songs. Like, I used to be terrible. Like, because I'm so caught in my own world. When I'm making a song, I expect them to come to mind. I stopped doing that. Like, I'm just like, like even right now, like, I'm finishing up the Live Famous album, but right after that, like, I plan on catering to the women. My next album is about them. They want to support me. They be trying to support me, and I'm not doing enough for them.
Real shit.
So it's like,
you know, motherfuckers really start trying to laugh at me when I make songs for women. Those women they support me way more than y'all niggas.
You watch me since Drake's been my favorite rapper since I was 14. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I'm watching what he's doing with it, and I'm also like, damn, I came in doing this too. I strayed away from it because I allowed the streets to tell me what kind of artist I was.
Exactly.
So like once I did that, and I'm like, damn, y'all just tricked me to it forced me to become a great rapper for what y'all like. But that's not what I want to do. Like that's not. I'm the money guy. I'm the business guy. Everyone knows that.
Exactly.
Why the fuck am I doing something that's taking me away from the money?
Right.
They're where the money's at. So it's like I had to get myself out of just C Wells mindset.
Hell yeah, bro.
And the moment I got out of that, it reminded me what I came in doing. It was like you wasn't thinking about just you when you did this. You're from Lynn. Lynn is very diverse. You was thinking about here. I started making music because people didn't know where Lynn was. I tell someone I'm from Lynn now, you know what they're saying right back to me right away. Lynn, city of Sandy, never.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, you know that shit? I'm like, I was fighting to do this. I'll hang up rapping now because y'all all know where this is now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, my motive for doing it.
What some motherfuckers could know.
Yeah, like,
Absolutely.
I hated going to places and having to over-explain where I was from.
I noticed that too, because I like watch a lot of your like the radio interviews and shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, I watch that shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't. I mean, so I've definitely have seen you go to bat for fucking making sure that you put the city on the map, no matter where you was at. No matter where you was at or who you was talking to, you made sure that you broke down Lynn. You broke down the culture.
Yeah.
You broke down a lot of shit for niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And then it's
a lot of niggas don't give you enough credit for that.
And people were telling me I was crazy. Like, all the years of doing it, they're like, yo, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Now I can go on Facebook and say, when I feel like everyone feels like entitled, I can wake up one day and be like, I think I remember like.
I used to be mad at you, I ain't gonna lie.
We'll get into that.
Because I used to be like, why does this nigga even care so much about putting Lynn on the map? Fuck these niggas.
People were telling.
Yo, because I knew that Lynn wasn't supporting us like the way that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck these niggas, man. But you did that, no bullshit.
But if I didn't do it, I felt like if I went away from it, I was becoming that. I was becoming them. Like, the people who don't support what we're doing.
Right.
This ain't about y'all. This is about here. Like, I'm thinking 10, 20, 100 years from now. Like, I want people to still be talking about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I was doing it for. So yeah, so the lint thing. So it was like when I'm doing that, I'm like, I bet. I'm gonna tell you, whenever I go, you're gonna see. Oh, that's what I was saying. I seen, like, I think after the first festival, everyone was bitching about something about lint. And I think I woke up one day like, yo, I'm thinking Cake and Boys time. I'm like, yo, all these entitled people are crying about something, and y'all weren't even trying to make this lint. Y'all don't even know where making this lint thing look cool came from. So one day I woke up, I'm like, yo, I'm sick of everyone bitching. I'm gonna go post. I made this made repping this lint thing as a rapper cool. I posted it. That shit got 100+ likes. I'm forgetting I got industry guys on Facebook, and they're commenting like, "This is big facts," and I'm like, "Damn, I'm not tripping." Like I'm like, "All right, word." So it's like, I did it for that. So like when, let's say I don't make it, that kid, whether it's 10 years from now, or whatever the case may be, they get to somewhere, someone's going to be asking, "Oh, were you aware, or were you around during the time of C. Wells doing X, Y, Z, or Cake and Boys, or Fats, whatever?" Just that era in general. Because once again, it's not about C. Wells. It's about representing that time that I'm from. Because once again, motherfuckers ain't rapping in house parties no more.
Right.
My first rap battle was Verse Gully.
Facts.
Like,
facts. R.I.P. to my brother.
You can't tell me nothing. My first battle was against Gully. Nigga. Like, what?
Word
and
up.
we know what he can rap about. Like,
yes, sir.
And I'm 14 years old battling that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I lost.
Big facts.
But it was like, when next time motherfuckers see me rapping, I can't go through that again. What I talk about got to be so powerful. Like, it don't even matter what you rap about.
Yeah.
It's what they gonna know, and that's
that
shit,
was
like,
epic, nigga.
That's what
You
I'm
just
saying.
brought me back, son.
Like, yo, I tell a motherfucker all the time, like, yo, my first battle was against Gully. There was nothing you could tell me, like, and I went into it thinking I was ill, like, you know, like what?
Yeah, he was in his prime. He was, and see, that's the thing. Like, that was.
Yo,
like,
he's talented as fuck. Like,
y'all had to fight this nigga to get him in the studio,
yo,
because he didn't even know how talented he was.
I remember when you recorded those first joints, and I'm like, yo, Fats. I'm like, yo, these joints is giving me Lost Boy vibes,
yeah,
like, you know
bro,
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, and that's my mother raised me off that music, so when I'm hearing him make it, I'm like, that shit is tough. Like, something like, I'm like, yeah. So even when I catch you playing it sometimes, like on like your story or something, I'm just like, damn. I'm like, what a time.
Yo, what a fucking time, bro. For real.
Yeah,
it
so
was
it's
amazing.
Like,
it
so
was
it's
amazing.
like that's those times when I'm thinking of Lynn, I'm not thinking about what's going on. I'm not representing what's going on. Yeah, I am representing what's going on now because we've contributed to it. But when I'm repping this Lynn shit, I'm thinking about those days.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why
Absolutely.
I'm able to take the energy of those times and bring it to here. And people are like, what the fuck where'd this come from? It's because I'm living, mentally, I'm not here. I'm back there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what?
Nah, facts. No bullshit. That's the realest shit ever, bro.
Yeah,
dog, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. We started this shit.
What?
Real shit, period. You know what I'm saying?
We was doing, put it like this, Fats. We was doing this in a time where people didn't respect a local rapper.
At all.
Because of that time.
If you said you was a local rapper, you might not even got no pussy. You might not even got no pussy. You know how them bitches was acting back in the day when you say you was a local.
You're a rapper?
You're a rapper? Oh, God.
Now it's like, yo, for real, bro. Like,
Real
like,
shit.
yo, that's really like that. Shit, I was thinking about the Lil Michael part. Like, that is very valid. Like, you was getting no burn if you was a rapper. Like, for
Facts.
real.
Because you basically telling the bitch you ain't got no ambition. Because this how they see it. You ain't got no ambition. You ain't paying no bills.
Yeah.
You're fucking using your girlfriend's car to get to the studio.
Yo, literally.
They had all kinds of bad images
Yes,
about what a
bro.
rapper does and how he
Yeah.
gets to where he's going. You know
And
what I'm
like,
saying?
that was part of my motivation for like,
Word.
creating what I did. Like, whether it was the clothing line that does great.
The clothing line is fire. I gotta definitely, let me give you extra flowers on that, my nigga, because Live Famous Clothing is, I feel like it's the best clothing line to come out the city.
Yeah,
it's the top clothing line to come out the city, and I wear nothing but local, unless I'm wearing Fashion Over.
Yeah.
That's my new style. I
Yeah.
wear nothing but Fashion Over, but my hoodies, like all my you already know, all my hoodies, my hats, and shit like that is all from like people in the city who do their brands.
I started from
From
Gildan tees.
Yo, yes,
to, like,
bro. I watched you start from 10 shirts at a time. Like,
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like with the weak print.
And I'm
With
wearing
the-
my brother in them shits right now, so it was like,
That's fire. That's
yeah, Space Boy. My brother and his team, they're We brand and shit. But it was
bet
like,
that.
but
Shout out to Space Boy because that's
But
just
it's
fire.
like shit like that. When I'm able to see guys could do shit like this now, I'm like, damn, Wells.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
you fought
Hey,
for this shit.
hey, yo,
like,
and another thing, I got Lenny and Monks with the fucking
Yeah,
clothing.
yeah.
Yo, you should fucking, you see how they got the little ashy
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shit, bro? These boys be in there doing it by
Hand doing
hand.
it, yeah.
Bro, if you link with these niggas and do some custom pieces made
Yeah.
with them too and like blend it,
Yeah.
I think that'll be a
So I
fucking.
think I want to start with the hats. Like I think I want
Yeah.
to start taking those hats and.
Have you, this nigga do hats too?
We'll talk about it on the
Yeah, we
side.
gotta
I'll
see this.
I'll
Yeah.
get too much game on here.
Yeah,
But,
Word.
there's some shit that I want to do with the hats where like I have like just like the rapping thing where it's like continuously evolving. Like I be at the crib like, oh shit, like because
Yeah.
what I'm once again go back sometimes. I'm inspired by Pharrell Williams. I'm
Yes.
Kanye West, Nigo, like you
Yep.
know what I'm saying. Even down to their Virgil Abloh, like people think I be thinking about Ralph Lauren, like.
Yep.
These are people that I'm
we
looking
grew
for
up on these
inspiration.
motherfuckers for
Like
sure.
this is what I'm looking to. Like you know what I'm saying. So yeah, bro. So like even like aside from the rapping, like when I see people able to do clothing line that people don't know about. Playing it fresh with Reggie Billions.
Yeah, Reggie Billions
every
Playing
time
It
I
Fresh,
see Reggie,
yeah.
I give him his flowers.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm one of the
Back
guys
in high
now.
school, that was the drip.
Yeah,
Stop it, for real.
And I know where my influences came from, so it's like
Yep.
I know I'm one of the guys now. So it's like, but I'm one of the guys that give you your flowers still, even if
Facts.
you ain't doing it no more. I'm
Definitely.
like, yo, I'm thankful for what you did.
He was definitely pioneered some shit.
What?
Reggie Bills is a trendsetter for real. Shout out to my brother Reggie Bills.
Shout out to
He's
Reggie.
also my jeweler. He also made half of the jewelry I'm wearing right
I
now.
run into him
custom.
at the gym
You know what I'm
every
saying?
week. Yo, I remember.
Oh, he's consistent.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Reg.
Yeah.
Nigga, shout out to my nigga Reg. Probably he was slacking before.
But
That
it's
nigga
like,
was
yo, I
slacking.
love running into him because it's like people don't know, but I know. And as long as I'm doing what I'm doing, people like that are gonna live on. Like you know what I'm saying? Because what we're talking about right now, like I'll do an interview and be like, yo, Playing It Fresh.
Yeah.
These guys don't know about that. All
Not a
you know,
clue.
you might know about Live Famous, Spaced Out,
Yeah.
all the other brands now. But it's like I was watching Reggie do Playing It Fresh.
Biggest
I would have
facts.
never thought. I probably would have never thought of doing.
And he
this.
was the first young boy out here doing it.
Yeah.
Like with the clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For sure.
So like if I wasn't exposed to that from a distance, I would have never been able to do the Live Famous thing. I
Yeah.
watched him do that, and the same thing as how I'm watching Righteous and these guys rapping before me. I'm like, all right, if I do this, because when I commit to something, I commit to it. I'm not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm both feet in. So both approaches, I said, yo, if you're gonna do this, you have to take this shit to where it hasn't been taken before. If you don't at least raise the bar on this, you wasted your time doing it.
Yeah.
So like that's how I looked at everything. So when I was able to do that with the
did
music thing,
You did that.
I'm like, all right, the same thought process you put into music, do the same shit with clothes. And people don't know, I made my first T-shirts. They was hard. They moved good at a rate that I didn't know I was gonna. It was just an idea. It moved greater than I thought it would, but also it was slow. Like I think like I made tank tops and sat on mad of them and I gave up after. So people, like you said, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
People don't know about the days that you think about giving up.
Absolutely.
I made tank tops, never wanted
I've
to
done
do
it.
the shit.
You see, I've done the clothing and
Yeah.
given up. Like I've done T-shirts, hoodies, and shit like that, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah, I did.
can't-
I,
You know what
I
mean?
did
didn't
like
have
tank,
enough.
I
Like,
think I did like a set of T-shirts. They sold out. I didn't really take it serious. I was just like, oh, that was a cool thing I did. I was catching people asking me for it. I came back.
Yeah.
I think I did like another set. Stopped doing it. Came back. Did like the 2 hoodies, the black and white ones. I said Live Famous on the back with just a single logo on the front.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that, and then it was like, I think I did like the tank tops after that, and the shit went bad, and I'm like, yo, fuck this. I just burnt money doing this, and I it put a bad taste in my mouth. I never wanted to do it again. The split hoodies them shit changed my life. Like
yeah,
the
buddy.
sweatsuits,
Yeah.
those things
Fire.
changed my life, bro.
Fire. You know
So,
what
like-
sucked about those though? This is before you had love for the fat niggas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't make no 3X.
But it wasn't that. I didn't know what I could move. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I was scared to do the sweatsuits. Because not only did it cost me a shitload of money,
Yeah,
but I'm
them
like,
shits, those were put together.
I'm like, damn, am I gonna move 100 sweatsuits? I'm
Right.
like, yo, you think sometimes my thinking gets me in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, are you gonna be able to do? And at one point, like, them shits were sitting in my crib, and my mom's like, she would come in my room every now and then and be like, yo, Chris, you need to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do with all these boxes. One day she had me feeling like shit. I'm sitting in bed. I wake up, I'm just staring at mad boxes in my room, stacked to the ceiling. I'm like, yo, I need to figure out what to do with this right now. And ever since the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
and it turned me to a monster. And I started marketing in ways, at least like I just started taking how I was marketing the music and marketed the clothing the same way.
Yeah.
And shit, and it hasn't been the same since.
Love it, bro.
Now I get harassed to do it.
Yes,
Like,
yes, you do.
Like,
You know, every time you drop a piece, I be on that motherfucker.
and people be trying
You
to
know
go
what
to
I'm
war with you. I be
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't think you want. I'm like, I think Fast got more Live Famous than me, bro. Like,
I be trying to tell them, niggas be hitting my phone up. You see that new drop? I'm like, it's already on the way.
and niggas would hit me up like, yo, you let Fast know about this first? I'm like, yo, he's guaranteed gonna grab it. You're gonna tell me you want it. I tell you I got it, and you gonna drag your feet on it.
Right.
I'm like, now he got it. It's sold out. Now you mad at him that he got it. Now you gonna fight with him, try to get it the next drop before he got it.
Exactly. Nah, see you niggas later, son. Word.
Yeah, but nah, that shit, and that was another thing, cause like you said, the stigma of like rappers. See, I quit smoking, so I remember everything. When you
Good
talking
shit.
about.
Hell yeah.
But like the rapper stigma was bad, so
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, how can I make this thing not only comfortable for me, but how can I make this thing when we walk out, and just like the Lynn thing, how can we make walking out and making Lynn look good? How can I make being a rapper look good?
Right.
So like if I can
Right.
turn this into something that people can see that we can make money from.
Exactly.
And that
gave me a lot of inspiration to do the same, because it stopped becoming about the popularity contest
Yeah.
for me, and it started becoming about, like, I know so much about business, about
Yes.
the business of this shit, the business of the industry. I've
Yeah.
read so many books and all that shit, and I'm like, I don't think I want to be famous no more. I think I just want to be rich, and I want to be able to do it doing what I love to do, and I'm gonna figure it out. And that's what happened too. Like, nigga, I figured out a way to make revenue doing music. You know what I'm saying? Doing the placements. Like, I don't play my shit on your television show.
Yo.
I don't care if you never fucking watch a music video of mine.
People
Niggas,
people
you hear
are
my
brainwashed by the retweet or the
Yeah.
share on their story, and not
Yeah.
realizing we were
They
just talking
think that
about,
shit matters.
Yeah, we talking about someone like Dutch who be like,
Yeah.
who's very a well-known artist. Like people
Absolutely.
know her
And
But
makes
she-
bread doing what she
yeah,
does.
And
You know what I'm saying?
She's not hung on the social media thing. She's gonna get. You might get the song on a TV show or.
And
or
that's the
shit
thing, because
like,
that's
you know
what's
what I'm
making the bread. And
Exactly.
I did a lot of placement songs with her too, because me, I said I'm not a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Nigga, when I got the plug for the placement songs and shit like that, you see me posting in
Yeah.
70, 80 TV shows, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And she got the same shit.
Yeah.
She got the same
So-
she got the same numbers, like, you know what I mean?
And I know, and yo, me and her managers mad cool, and sometimes I got pulled to the side like, yo, how the fuck y'all do this? I'm like, I chill with you every other day. Well, at the time, we talk every now and then now, but like we
Yeah.
was chilling every other. Like, he was doing a lot of my shit for me, so I'm like, yo, I was just with y'all. When the fuck did y'all start doing this? So like, I'm seeing that, and I'm like, wow, like you don't have to be loud.
You don't. You
Like,
don't.
and I heard you said the famous thing. Like, even with that, like, people think because my brand's called Live Famous that's what the fuck I meant. No.
Right. Exactly.
And
That's
no,
not what it's
no.
about.
It's
It's
like
not what
it-
it's about.
The greatest at aim to be known for what you do best. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a doctor, wear that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what Live Famous is. Live to the best of your capabilities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it be. I could be like, I don't want to be famous, and my brand would still be called Live Famous, and it won't be a contradiction. Cause it's like, I'm gonna still do it, whatever I decide to do, whether I'm driving
That's the
buses
idea of
or,
living, exactly.
like,
And that's the idea of living famous in the first place. Living famous is spontaneous in the first place. If you think about it.
if you providing
You
a
know what I'm
service,
saying?
right? And you providing that service in a certain way, what do customers do when they see you? They start giving you gifts.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Perfect example. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you doing hair and people love how you do hair, if your service is they're going to leave you a tip.
Big time.
If your service is trash, you're not getting a tip.
Not only that, like exactly, because like, for example, I do the music shit, and I get a lot of gifts throughout the. I know you see me posting pictures,
Yeah.
but I got a handful of clients that not only they're sending me gifts in the mail because they appreciate not only the longevity that we've been working together and
Yeah.
shit like that, but bro, even cash. Like, I'll get $1,000 bonus. Like, yo, boom, here, Fats, thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
Like, out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
And that right there be letting you. That's that reminder. Like, yeah, you are the shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real,
Like
that social media shit's not real. What's going on in your real life? How are you carrying that? Are you letting social media dictate what's going on in your real life?
And that's the thing. Social media will. It doesn't even matter if you took a picture. Like if me taking a picture right here next to this, you know, with my logos hanging on the wall and everything, right? I could take a picture, be like, yeah, I'm in my studio with Wells, this and that.
Right.
That picture's still gonna paint 1,000 words because niggas are still gonna. That ain't his studio. They try to discredit everything. You feel me?
No matter what it is, it can be that or be like, oh shit, what's Fats and Wells about to drop? They're doing a podcast. Okay, we gotta tune it.
Exactly.
Whatever it creates a narrative, like you know.
A bunch of narratives.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to learn how to just not let that shit fuck with your aura because. And like I said, a lot of times we fall into those weak ass frequencies where it's like, nigga, you let that shit fucking get to you. You know what I'm saying? And just like recently, both you and I both recently was in some bullshit. You know what I mean? Letting low vibrational motherfuckers play games and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just funny because that shit never stops us, bro. Like no matter through all the niggas.
My whole life.
This whole life, I'm about to say this whole past 10, 15 years, both you and me, both.
Yeah.
I done watch niggas disrespect your name. I done watch niggas disrespect my name. I done watch niggas try to clown niggas, laugh at niggas. And every corner I turn, we right there, shining like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You have to know how to do that. Like, that's why, like, people be asking me when something bad happens with me or my names or some shit, I be like, yo, I'm not worried about this. And guess what? This ain't gonna stay this way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No matter what the reaction or outcome is, it's not gonna stay this way. You got niggas gonna be talking about me tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you might think I'm done today. Huh. All right, we'll see.
Nah, no bullshit.
Watch this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or if somebody do shit to me, oh, you are gonna regret that.
You gonna regret it. And it's the funny thing is, right, when you say shit like that to people, they always just assume, like, you're gonna do something. What you trying to say? You gonna do something to me? First of all, if I see you, I'm definitely gonna do something to you.
Right.
Secondly, I'm such a high vibrational person, and you're gonna understand this too. I'm such a high vibrational person when it comes to my genuine intentions. My spirit is good. I operate on a love frequency.
Yeah.
Always. You feel me?
Yeah.
So even when I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? Even when I'm upset with somebody, I'm still operating out of love. You feel me? Now, when you do bad shit to people like that, you don't even got to do nothing to them. Nigga, the universe meets them where they're at.
I go to church
every
Sunday.
time. You feel me?
I go to church every Sunday. Do something to me if you want to. Good luck.
Exactly.
It ain't about what I'm going to do. You got to worry about what this man right here is about to do.
Yo, real shit, bro.
Luck.
Real shit. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers like, Fats, what you going to do? I'm like, nothing.
I pray twice a night, bro.
Word up.
Good luck. And I watch it. So, yeah, because not that I use my prayers for bad intentions, but I'll go pray at night.
Absolutely.
I will wake up the next morning and I'm seeing something bad happen to you. Like,
yo, real shit. And that's how it be happening. I be like, motherfuckers go crazy, talk about me. Fucking somebody end up missing. Somebody end up in the hospital. Somebody end up dead.
Right.
Like anything like that can happen, bro.
Right.
And every fucking time it's ever happened to me that like the people that have spoken the worst on my name, bad things have happened to them without me having to do nothing.
Right.
The universe just took them out my way.
Right.
Took them out my way.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And
you fucking with the wrong one.
Yeah, you have.
You know what I'm saying?
People are so reactionary. It's like you have to. If you're moving with good intent, you don't got to put that pressure on yourself every day to feel like you got to react or respond to everything that's said about you or to you or whatever. Yo, the universe is a real thing. Like that shit will fuck a motherfucker's life up. Like,
it will.
And
turn your whole shit upside down.
Like the past year or two, I was just watching like so. I'm like, yo, where's this bad karma coming from? I'm like, what did I do wrong? The moment I started going to church, bro. My life turned around. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was never like a huge, and I'm still not like a huge religious guy. I just believe in the higher ups.
Yeah.
And like that was
and
probably one of the best.
You making it a point to connect with that.
Yeah, and I more and more every day. Like sometimes it's so natural to me now. I talk to him every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every single day. I ask a question, it gets answered every trip.
Love it.
Every trip, like, you know what I'm saying? So like that was probably one of the best things I ever did in my life, and it was like
Righteously.
it just helped me turn everything around, like, cause I can't give up on myself. I don't know how.
And you're living proof. See that?
Exactly.
He telling you right here.
Exactly.
He's living proof. And no
Exactly.
motherfucker, you put God in your life, man. You
Whew.
put God first, and nigga, trust and believe.
Whew.
Yo, oh man.
Yo,
you're taken care of.
Yo,
You're well taken care of,
every
bro.
trip, bro.
For real,
Like,
your safety net is on for life, bro.
Yeah,
People
I don't take that shit for granted. I think growing up I did.
Yeah.
And that's.
I'm sure we all did.
Yeah, I did, and cause I'm like, going to church. I'm like, y'all brainwashed. I started going.
It's what you're going for. Like you
Yeah.
just said, church don't make you religious.
Right.
That's where you're going to get that connection. Like, because I'm
Exactly.
not religious at all. And
Yeah.
I stopped going to church a long time ago. I
Yeah.
grew up in the church.
Right.
And, you know, I'm a 5%er just like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I shout out to Righteous, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He's the one who first gave me my gyms, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And, you know, I believe that God is within me, you, and every other
Right.
being living here. And I same thing, just like how you pray. I call it manifestation. You call it prayer. Same thing. I'm saying I meditate. I'm in a spiritual realm. You feel me? Like,
as long as you having that connection, that's all that matters.
It's the same connection.
Yeah.
It's positivity, it's growth, and it's acknowledgement of that higher
Yep.
power. You feel me?
You answer that phone when he calls. You
Yeah.
answer when you call. Like, you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying.
You know who fucking send some prayers out into the universe for is my guy Tory Lanez, man. You heard about what happened?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
he got
fucking
stabbed.
crazy, bro.
But I also seen the security guard came out and Kelsey's security guard's coming out and saying that he came out and said Tory didn't shoot her. Shoot Meg. He said,
He's coming out finally.
He said Kelsey did it.
Oh, he's saying that,
Yeah,
Kelsey.
yeah. That came out today.
Let's get this guy up out of there. Let's get my brother up out of there,
Yeah.
dog. Yo, I've been every month or two I'd be like,
Me too.
I
already
miss
know what
this
you're about
nigga
to say.
Tory Lanez music, bro.
He's about to be out just in time,
Yes,
hopefully,
bro.
because we need him for the summer.
Yes, we need him for the summer, dog. Oh man, it's gonna be epic. Word.
Yeah, watch. Where's that at? Right here.
Oh, on the podium.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others.
Y'all hear this?
Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
Oh,
In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
that's all I need to hear. Send me that.
Exactly.
You gotta send me that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get my guy Tory out so we can get this man back in the motherfucking microphone. You can't, and that's God working right there.
Exactly.
That's God working. 14 times? 14 times.
And if you know Tory, like how his fans know him, surviving
Yeah.
that and then getting out after,
Yeah, game
he's-
over.
He's gonna be talking crazy.
Crazy.
He's
Oh
gonna-
my
He's gonna
God.
be talking crazy.
Ugh.
Like there's nothing you're gonna be able to do with him when he gets out. 'Cause
Nothing.
He's just gonna,
Nothing.
like what? Like
They couldn't do shit with him before he left. He's gonna be 10 times harder.
He's
Oh
recording
man.
albums out.
That shit just gave me a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And all the people who I was going back and forth on Facebook and shit and social media, especially you women who was trying to, oh, you're protecting the guy who shot a girl. Y'all could suck fat dick, nigga. Fuck y'all. Real shit. I cannot wait to go online and tell y'all niggas, eat it, nigga. Fuck you talking about, yo, that was fire.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, cause you see me, I be going back and forth with motherfuckers about
Yo.
shit that sounds like a conspiracy and all this. I'm like, bro, y'all don't be understanding how this shit works,
And
man.
it's like, and you have a different understanding of it when you're an artist too. So
Correct.
like,
And I be telling them, I'm like, nigga, I'm in this
I think I
shit.
went
Like,
back and forth with some women as well, and like not really a crazy back and forth, but they're just like, oh, I'm not a fan of him because he did. I'm like, yo, he didn't do that shit.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm gonna tell you why I have an understanding of why he didn't do that shit. The lengths that he's going to as an artist. I'm an artist too. You're not gonna go out your way to fabricate the way he's telling his story, and then he's trying his hardest not to snitch.
exactly, bro.
So it's like when I'm seeing you dancing around, snitching, and but you're still trying to
talk about the shit
tell
you ain't
your
supposed to
part
talk
and
about
how you
when
feel
they
your
telling you not
innocence.
to.
Yeah.
When they telling you not to. Yo, you know how many people did not listen to the Daystar album?
I love that.
Because that album, it came out during the midst of this bullshit that was going
I
on.
love that
So they didn't give him a genuine chance. Dog, I love that fucking album,
There's
bro.
gonna be a lot of spin back.
Yo, oh my goodness. I can't wait. Shout out to my nigga Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Free the homie, bro. Word
That's
up.
definitely one of my favorites.
I said the homie like I grew up with the nigga, like I know him. I don't care, nigga. I feel like I know him.
But it's like
Period.
you have that understanding of feeling like that about an artist because you're an artist. So
Yeah.
you understand how somebody could feel that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're especially like, once again, we're artists. So when someone's coming to you and telling you, yo, your music got me. I was in the hospital
Yeah.
dealing with X, Y, and Z, and when I was listening to you, it got me through it. Like, you understand. So you're like, oh, damn. So I'm not wrong for feeling how I feel about my favorite artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it is what it is. Like, and I'm telling, mind you, I be knowing. I'm just like, yo, I went years of having to explain. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm a rapper. Like, a rapper's not gonna go to the extents that he's going through because
Right.
that guilt's gonna eat you if you did it.
Exactly.
So it's like you're not even gonna be able to sound authentic when you're creating because you know you telling the ball face lie.
Correct. Just like you don't sound authentic when Gail asked the bitch, "Did you fuck this nigga?"
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Did I what?
Right.
Like, bitch, did you fuck him? Like, yeah, you know you hit that. Like,
Yeah.
stop playing. You know what I mean? That's the unauthentic fucking. You know what I mean? Right
Yeah.
then, when I had seen that interview, I was like, I can't believe y'all motherfuckers don't see through this.
And then just even hearing the last album he just made in jail, like
Yep.
you can't talk like that and you're guilty and you're lying or you just can't. It's not, as an artist, it's not possible.
Correct.
It's
Couldn't agree fucking more.
not like
I couldn't agree more, bro.
yeah,
For
it's
real.
just not possible. Like and that's where I pride myself on, like the work and understanding that I do have for this. That I mean, it's a gift and a curse because I hate that I could see certain shit as an artist too. Like, I could just knowing something as simple as, oh, this artist punched in on. We could be listening to some of our favorite rappers' songs,
Yeah.
and you can hear where they punched in at.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
average ear can't hear that.
Yeah.
So
Not
I
at all.
could be with a chick and I'm listening to a song and I could be like, oh damn, I don't like this song because I hear this, but I'm like, I can't blame you for liking it because
Right.
it's just me. It's
You don't
not-
hear it like I hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like a carpenter walking in and seeing all the blemishes in the room. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I did construction, so one of my things is when I walk into a place like a structured building or a place, like I'm always looking at the architecture and
Yeah.
I'm quick to catch something uneven or something built improperly,
Yeah.
something not built to code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's literally it's just embraced in my fucking brain, all the blueprints and you know what I'm saying?
Or even
The same thing
even
with music.
having merch, yeah. Or
Yeah.
like even being in the merch game for so long, I could tell the quality of a T-shirt from a mile away. Like,
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
yep.
Like, or if effort was put into the embroidery or screen printing, like I just see it. Like that's why,
Precisely,
like
yep.
being the creator, even knowing when shit is scripted, like that is so it fucks with me because I'm like, damn, like I hate that I know. I'm glad I know this, but I hate that I know this because
Yeah.
I can't watch it from how the average person is entertained
Right.
by it.
You're
I'm
not
like,
gonna get the same point of view, that same perspective.
Exactly.
Because you know it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying?
But they could be pitching a genuine message.
Right.
I'm overlooking it because I'm seeing. I'm like, I can't hear what you're trying to do because I'm seeing this right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
it's like maybe this would have been better without the visual.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts.
But nah, before we go, because I definitely wanted to bring closure to the topic, back to the Cake and Boy shit real quick,
Yep.
about the falling out real quick. Because I don't want motherfuckers to watch this interview and be like, he ain't even get to the, no. So, we had a real disagreement when I had figured out somebody who had something to do with robbing the studio.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was somebody I knew, another nigga that's in the streets banging, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this was allegedly. I didn't even have any genuine confirmation that this nigga had something to do with it.
Yeah.
But just
They
because
thought
I
I
had
something to do with it because of how.
See,
I
that's
left.
crazy. I never even knew that.
Not well. I will get into that after you're done with.
All right. So when I found out, I ended up taking his shit.
Yeah.
He had a laptop, microphone. Do you see the shit that I basically had in the beginning? Like 2 speakers, a Bluebird microphone, and a fucking laptop.
Yep.
You feel me? And I took that shit. And I'm getting back to dropping songs, making music. I'm trying to let niggas come to the house and record now. Like, but John Ray had hit me up one day, and he had felt entitled to the equipment that I had took from the nigga. You feel me? He's like, don't you think that you should give that to us since it was our stuff that got robbed and this and that? And I said no. And I didn't say no on some like selfish shit because y'all niggas gave me access to your studio. It wasn't about not giving you the equipment. It was the fact that I was running your studio. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do with the equipment that I'm not? I'm still gonna keep people going. I'm still gonna inspire people to continue to record music and give people a place to come record. I'm letting niggas in my home now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did you want it for? You and Dame?
Right.
You wasn't gonna let the city continue to grow from the music. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't doing that shit. You feel me? Not only that, I'm like, if I hand you this stuff, are you gonna take on the beef that comes with it? Because these niggas that I took this from is not soft.
Yeah. Right.
So you gonna be a part of the beef when it's time to put the work in?
Right.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not. I can't do that.
Yeah. So like.
And I definitely said that, nigga. If niggas ever want to use it, it's open access.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come use it.
Right.
But I'm just not gonna give it up because what I had to do to get this, nigga, I put my life is on. I can get shot.
Right.
I can get stabbed. I can get jumped. I can get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the only reason. And from then on, it was like, fuck me.
Yeah. Like.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't even know, cause I was doing my vlog series, and I didn't know he felt that way until the conversation cause I had brought him on. Like if I'm gonna do a vlog and give you the history on where I came from, how all this shit started. I needed to grab who I could grab. Like, so it was like I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but I wanted to get just enough because now it still leaves room for these conversations to be had that I didn't tell on my vlog series. Like, you know what I'm saying? But him, like, I had him on, just like how I had Righteous on, like just the starting points of certain periods of my career. And I didn't know he felt that way until he said it on the vlog that, like, he thought I had something to do with that because of how I dipped. And it was just like, nah, it wasn't that. I felt like I was hurting myself with how low I was. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, because I was still young. I didn't, knowing that there was guys that came before us that burnt their youth and I didn't want to be the old guy trying to do this shit still.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, not that we're not chasing it still now, but it's a different trying. Like, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? I didn't want to be feeling like I had to get it, had to build a name, like, you know what I'm saying, so to say. So it was like I knew where I had to go. I knew my time here was done. Like, you know what I'm saying. I think I completed completely what I was trying to do here 2 years ago. But like as far as like a young artist, I'm like, yo, I gotta go expand. I gotta go hit. So like he took offense to that, and I think he didn't remember a bit like what our actual conversation was because I was the baby of the group.
Yeah.
And I was around for so long. I was recording for free. And I think one day, I woke up. I think I was having a bad day. I think I was going through a breakup too at the time or some shit.
Yeah.
Young kid going through a breakup, and I get a text from him. And he started talking about contracts and shit. That put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Not that it was because it was contracts, because it was from him.
He tried to do that for me too, but I had let him know when I had first met him.
Yeah.
That I would.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, because he had tried to make me sign to him the very first time we had, started talking about business.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, I already plan on building my own brand. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'll become a cake and boy and be a part of your growth and development, but I'm gonna end up branching off at some point.
Right.
And
I
made
didn't know
that
that's
clear.
what I was gonna do.
You know what I'm saying?
I was the spoiled brat of the other group.
Yeah.
So
I already had like 12 niggas I want to put on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I got big cousins. I got mad niggas. I'm like, yeah, we definitely gonna have to we're gonna kick our way through this door.
Yeah, I'm high
You know what I'm
maintenance,
saying?
especially as a kid. So it was like, so when we did start building the group, I was mad because I'm like, yo, I'm not the baby no more. We have other, now there's big brothers, and I'm still the baby, but now there's big brothers and cousins, and I was like, yo, what about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But yeah, so eventually I'm like, all right, cool. Like, if having the understanding by 18 years old. Cause I remember, I think 18, 19 is when I parted ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was around like 2012. So like, I remember being like, okay, if this shit gotta be about me, I have to make it about me. It's like, it's not about someone else making this about me. It's like, okay, if you want this to be about you, you make it about you.
Right.
And just like I told you, like he had brought up the Live Famous thing to me. It wasn't a priority to me at all. When I seen someone who was actually helping me worried about it, that opened my eyes to the potential of it.
Right.
So when he brought up the contract thing to me, I was like, yo, John, I think this is where we go our own ways. I remember where I was. I think I was like, I think I had like a job at the time. I was like on my way to Wonderland, about to take the train.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have been on the bus on my way there to the Wonderland, and
yeah,
I remember that conversation. They said the contract thing to me. I'm just like, yo, I appreciate everything you did for me, but like this is where I gotta grow. And I didn't know during that time he thought I had something to do with it. He said it in the vlog, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Fucking 10 years later, and I'm just finding out.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I just found, that's crazy. I didn't even know. He said it in a blog?
It was in the vlog series. He was like, because he was like basically shedding light on admiring that I took the shit and took matters into my own hands.
Yeah.
He was like, but at the time I didn't know how to look at it because the studio wasn't in the best shape and things had happened with the studio, and because he had parted ways, I thought he had something to do with it.
He might have sabotaged it so you could be. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, this is how motherfuckers be thinking. It was like, well, luckily, like, because me, like, I cherish my relationship, so I'm glad that we can I can sit here and have a podcast with you. I can call John Ray and do a vlog series.
Yeah.
I go get tatted and be with Dame. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he might have also not liked one of the lines I said in my song when I came home from the feds.
Yeah.
That freestyle Vengeance that I had dropped.
Okay, yep.
I don't remember if you remember when I said one of the lines I said, I was caking boys, stacking dough. That's when I got the big pick, then I had to go. Mm-hmm. I had to grow. Yeah. You would think I ate a mushroom with Mario. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he really even cared to listen to me at that point or if he was fucking with me. I ended up, because I think when I had come home from the feds, we were still friends on Facebook for like a little bit, and then all of a sudden we was no longer friends. Both him and Jay Swag deleted me, and I think Jay Swag stopped fucking with me because he had cuffed me some bud back in the day to smoke, and fucking I ain't never pay him back.
Okay.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, broke nigga shit, right? Broke nigga shit back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think that shit should have ever ruined the friendship.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that serious,
Right.
but. And I tried to pay it back on multiple occasions, but it was just, I guess he was just over it at the time. It was like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But
like, complete different person anyway.
Yeah, he was different. At the time, he had become a different person too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that transition was happening during Cake and Boys.
Yeah, it was slowly happening. Yeah,
it was like still.
It wasn't a bad transition either. It just was like, damn, it was unexpected.
Yeah. Like, I remember like one day he just stopped rapping. It was just me and you was highly active. Dame was active. Then you had all the other guys and shit still coming to the stew. It blended so well. You would have almost thought they was like entourages of Cake and Boys.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
But yeah, there was just so much other shit going on. I think he was starting to feel it, and he's like, damn. I mean, at the end of the day, rap's a competitive sport. Because even me and you, like, we was the guys that before Dame even came, we was the rapper. So it was more or less like, okay, we did Novocaine together.
Novocaine, that's my shit
like,
right
yo,
there.
bro, and we're rapping, like, you know what I'm saying?
You let me get open on that shit, too. You gave me mad long. I think you just let me spit like 40 bars on that motherfucker.
Yo, and that was like, that was like really like one of my first features, I believe, because I just sucked so bad at getting people on my songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just be like, yo, here. Like, I didn't finish this. I'm like, no, I think you took it upon yourself to rap that.
I did, right?
It was just open.
It was open, and I just recorded, didn't I?
I did that. I think I did, like, a verse or something, and, like, I didn't know what I want. Or you might have even just said, let me get on this, right? I forget
I think I did. I think I said, I think I asked you, I'm like, yo, let me hop on this, bro. Like,
yeah.
And I think I did record it by myself.
Yeah, I think you did. And I came back, and it was just as long. I remember people even asking me about it, like, because, rap is so looked at in a way. So they're like, why you let him rap on your song that long like that?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Like, yo,
it was the whole thing.
Fuck. I already seen the art early, so it was like.
And for me at the time too, one thing in my defense at the time, I wasn't really counting bars because I was just like, I gotta finish this whole piece of the beat. I don't want the shit to get chopped. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just learned how to count bars like within the last 5-6 years. I did
Right.
not know how to count bars. I was just going. Like,
Yeah.
and if it felt like a 16, which I've been rapping for so long, I didn't have to know how to count it. I
Right.
knew what an 8 felt like. I knew what
Exactly.
a 16 felt like. I just knew. So it was like I'm just going, okay. Or I'll text the engineer, yo, where do you got the hook at on this song? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Do you start the song with this hook? I still do it even though I know how to count bars. I'm
Yeah.
like, on my way here, I was working on a song and I texted one of my producers I have working on. We did a bunch of shit together, but I have him actually doing the semi R&B album we're working on. I'm working on the song, and I'm like, that I plan on getting a female artist on, and I'm writing, the concept's already there.
Yeah.
The hook's already. I'm like, yo, this hook is perfect for this. But I'm like, where's it go? now I'm texting him like, yo, where you got the hook on this song? I'm like, yo, because I'm about to do something crazy to this. I
Yeah.
still do it. Like, but it's just like, that's my process. I don't want to change it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe one day I will, but like, it's what works for me. And once I know what you structured the beat as, now I'll count a 16
Right.
or 8 or however
Exactly.
you have it be. But like finding it on the beat myself, I don't want to put the fucking verse where the hook should be at.
Right.
Or start my verse where the hook should be at. Because I'll just hear some shit and won't.
And just let that shit go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I won't even hang on how you structured the beat, like, because once again, like, Cake and Boy days, we just wanted to go in there and rap. Like, we didn't care where shit was on the beat. We
was going in there wilding.
If we did a verse a certain, I remember. I'll tell you right now, fast. I remember those days like it was yesterday. What we would do is we would rap anywhere,
Yep.
and if the verse was uneven on the beat, you'll structure a hook on the fucking song. You use Pro Tools to chop the beat up.
Yo, facts, nigga.
Like,
what? That was my specialty.
Yo, I know.
My specialty. I used to be like, I can make the beat do whatever you want, nigga.
Now niggas is chopping up a part. Okay, your verse is 33 bars, like your uneven ass verse. Now engineer, figure out where the hook's going. All right, let's structure a hook after this.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, you're doing a second verse, and your fucking second verse is 6 bars because you just did an uneven ass first verse. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Those were the fucking days.
Yo, people don't know. They have no idea, like, because they just came in it. So a lot of guys are entitled.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's where a lot of the fucked up shit happening is, because it's almost like while we're making the food,
What's one
we're
piece
making
of
the feast.
What's one piece of advice that you want to give to the up and coming artist who's kind of like, I wouldn't say following our footsteps because they try to act like motherfuckers like us don't exist.
Yeah.
But trying to do what we've done, and as
Um,
far as becoming more of a household name, more respectable
Yeah.
when it comes to this music shit.
because who was it? I seen an interview a few years ago. Was it G-Eazy, I believe?
Yeah.
And it stuck with me ever since. We're in a time where our practice days are documented, and people are watching you shoot practice free throws, layups, your 3-pointers, your half-court shots. Even if you're risking it all and practicing half-court shots, you have an audience for that too.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to fail, and let people see your failure. Because
Word.
when you figured out the recipe for the magic, and people get to give you your credit, they're giving you your credit based on being able to see where you started at. So I think a lot of people are scared of that, of like failure.
Big time.
And there was no direction when we started it. So it was like we kind of didn't know what was failure. Failure to us was just not making it.
Right.
Like we didn't know.
Facts.
Like
Failure to us was not signing the deal, and then we
Yeah.
realized we didn't need to do that.
Yeah, like failure. So we was experimental. We didn't care. We weren't afraid to try something and it didn't work. We were like, all right, maybe this is just a pathway of getting signed. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Of doing some shit until I figure it out and it works.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna work till it don't. Till it does. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's like my biggest advice. Like, in anything that you think of, bring that shit to life. Like a lot of my shit, like something simple as busting my G-Shock down. That was something I thought of in freshman year of high school. I'm still doing shit.
That's a part of that manifestation. Y'all just heard him say he thought about a fucking bust down G-Shock in high school. Now you see it right here.
I'm 31.
Right here in the
like,
flesh. Bro,
31 and I'm still doing shit that I thought about as a kid. Like, and people
You know, a lot of people asking why I got so much jewelry and shit like that, and they think it's because I want to look cool, and they don't understand that when I was coming up into the music shit, I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get me a bust down chain, or I can't wait to get me a fucking Rolex and a, you know what I'm saying?
So now when the day
these
comes,
are trophies, and I didn't have to sell no drugs. I didn't have to do nothing negative to get my shit. That's the most pride that I take in
Motherfucker
my
like me
jewelry is that I didn't have to go stick up nobody, rob nobody, steal from nobody, sell no drugs. I didn't have to do nothing like that. Nothing illegal to make none of this shit come to life, and it feels fucking amazing.
Motherfuckers got credit cards and legit income.
Yo,
like,
real
you know
shit, real
like,
shit. Niggas got insurance on my
like, you
jewelry,
feel
like,
me?
you
Like,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
like-
Like, I have insurance. Like, I never even thought about that shit back in the day. Like my shit has paperwork on
Yeah,
it. Like,
it's
you
like,
feel
bro,
me?
it's like, and plus I understand that karma shit is real. Like, so I never wanted to do nothing flawed to get to where I wanted to get what
Yeah.
I have or
No
get to where I
shortcuts. You
needed
put
to
that
be
work
at.
in.
Yeah, so it's like, as long as I did it in a way, the honest way possible, it's gonna come. So it's like, yeah, like I was telling you, like, and I'm still at 31. I'm still doing shit and that's what's keeping me here. Like, I remember, like, before us, when people would get this age, like they that motion was before you was 25 and your motion died.
Yeah,
like, you
facts.
know, before that you was turning 21 and if you was trying to be a rapper, that shit was dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Word.
each year I'm like, damn, I'm still able to do this. Damn, 21 comes. Oh shit, I got my song with Herb. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm still able to do this. 22 comes. Oh shit, like I remember niggas at this age, I was calling them old heads. I'm still doing this.
Exactly.
23, 25, I'm 31 now, and it's still like, a motherfucker can't look at me and be like, yo, you're still rapping. Yeah, I'm also, I got a legitimate career too. I also
Exactly.
got I got my own business. Oh yeah, I can still rap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, big time. Yep, with pride and integrity.
And I will rap circles around the youngest motherfuckers.
You
still.
better know it.
Like,
Talking
like,
shit.
like, still, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that was what I did it for. It was like, no, like, see your vision. Like, you know what I'm saying? Still on talking this shit is lengthy, the lesson I will tell them. But
Word.
I know if you're talking to them in their face, they're not going to listen. But on their spare time, they're going to listen to something like this.
Yep, and it's gonna
So
mean
it's like,
something. They're gonna be able to take the time, so you gotta break it down like
have
that.
that. I don't give a fuck
got
if
the
it
time
takes you
for 'em.
50 years to accomplish your vision. Your vision is your vision.
Big
And your
time.
time is your time. You might be caught up in social media watching somebody else do something and be like, damn, they're getting this done faster than me. Well, guess what? They might crash and burn by the time you get it done.
Facts.
And now you're doing this even longer. You might be able to still be 70 in a wheelchair. And motherfuckers might want to hear you rap still.
Yo,
Who the
facts.
fuck knows? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with how social media works, we didn't have this coming up. It was either
You see these motherfuckers, they still want to see Mike Tyson fight.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
you build a proper legacy, motherfuckers ain't never gonna want to see it die.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't. They can. It's like and then also another thing is, don't get mad when motherfuckers want to see you fail.
Oh yeah.
You are doing. Look at Floyd Mayweather. People don't watch to see him fight anymore. They want to see if
Facts.
he's gonna lose.
Exactly. They want to see if he's gonna lose. That's the only reason they watching that motherfucker.
Once I told myself
and they gonna pay
that-
top dollar to try to see that loss.
Yeah.
Top dollar.
I stopped taking shit personal once I'm like, yo, Chris, you're in the entertainment business, buddy.
Yep.
Part of the entertainment is all right, you've been winning for so goddamn long, because that's the benefit of still doing this at a height at my age that I'm still, at our age that we're still doing this at,
Yeah.
is that a lot of motherfuckers they feel like their aspirations and shit are over. So they
Right.
want you to be in that. They don't want to
Right.
go on. They don't
Like,
want
how
to
the
go on
fuck is this
Instagram.
nigga still doing
they don't
it?
want
I'm
to
not.
go on Instagram and still see you at 50, still
Yeah.
chasing your dreams. Are
Chasing
fu-
your dreams,
They
and you
gonna
look
go-
and you look good while you doing it.
What?
Feel good.
They are throwing
You-
up. You like, yo. Now they're
Now-
first you're gonna start seeing subs.
Yep.
Then you're not acknowledging the subs. So now the subs are gonna turn into directs, and now it's like you gotta learn to even ignore that, because it's
Yeah.
just like you're a public figure now. It's like, yo, let that shit. Let God do what He gonna do with them.
Yep.
And you do what you gotta do, and he's gonna do what he gotta do with you, and that's ever since I figured that out, nothing's been able to stop what I'm doing, bro.
Good shit, my guy. I appreciate that. And before we go, I definitely want you was talking about you're switching back your music for the ladies. You're about
Yep.
to drop an R&B album
Yep. But after the Live Famous album.
after the Live Famous
yep.
album. So drop on them, tell them what you got coming, and the transition that they got
So
coming
for
as well.
I went missing for, I was doing little reels and shit here and there. I don't want to say I went completely missing, but I fell back a little bit. So like we was talking about earlier, I was doing some reevaluating, letting the leaves fall, like we were also talking about earlier. Evaluating my surroundings, restructuring who I had around me, because that energy is everything. Like I didn't want to create music anymore. I didn't even want to create anything anymore with terrible energy around me.
Yeah.
So I had to let all that fall. And last year or two, I want to say last 3 years, I was in a strange place that was unfamiliar to me, and the fact that it was going on so long. But what I did tell myself while I was going through it was like, yo, create music under this, because you're not going to feel like this forever. And have that, you need to be able to tell this story for someone else that's going to need it when you're out of it, which is also part of the Live Famous story, why the album is called Live Famous. So it's like that I'll be addressing a lot of things that have been going on the past two years, where I've been at, and things that people want to hear me talk about.
Right.
And that's probably why I don't talk a lot, because I'm learning. If you're talking on social media, who's gonna go listen to your music?
Correct.
Um,
That was raw.
Yeah, so I'm like, people be saying shit, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all have it when this shit drops, because y'all gonna talk yourself. You're gonna exhaust yourself. You're gonna burn out. People are gonna get sick of hearing what you're talking about.
Exactly.
By the time I speak,
Right. They're gonna be like, oh.
yeah. Damn. So yeah, like I've been dealing with what I've been dealing with the past 2 years or so, and that's what I'm using the Live Famous album to address a lot. I'm actually just you're kind of getting signs that I'm leading towards the music for the women throughout the album too. Like I'm still making the best music I've made for the streets, but I'm also as it keeps going, like I'm showing that, and I was before I even knew I was going in that direction, I was feeling it. So I'm like, I'm making the album, and I'm like, damn, I remember, my first project, I was doing the melody thing before it was hot.
Yeah.
I was getting crucified for it.
You was.
And then
I remember it.
And I'm organically going back to it, not feeling like I'm forcing myself to do it. Like, I waited a long time to make a project called Live Famous. Like, you know what I'm saying? I purposely held it, once again, another fucking title that I've been thinking about since probably 2010.
Yeah.
I did put out Dial Legend, which is like my back burner brand for Live Famous. But it was like, that was something like that was a project I put out, my first like well put together project when we were Cakin' Boys.
Yeah.
I think that was at the ending time of Cakin' Boys, actually. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was towards the end.
I think a few of the records I created during Cakin' Boys.
I'm about to say I probably recorded a couple of those.
You did. I think you did The Light. Because The Light, took off a few. I think The Light was probably my oldest song on there that I kept reviving. Like I think I put it on a project before.
Yeah.
I think I had it on Fair to Say, the project that we did the photo shoot for.
Yeah, I remember Fair to Say.
Where I was wearing the rugby varsity jacket. We did the photo shoot outside.
I remember that.
Yeah, I had The Light on there. I took it off there and because I think that project I had on that Piff. So any songs I wanted to revive, I was able to, because no one was listening to that Piff anymore.
Facts.
But yeah, like, so I had Dial Legend, so which was during those times, and during that time I'm like, damn, I can't wait till I can make a project called Live Famous, and I think I'm finally in that space to do so.
Fire, bro. Fire.
And and it's almost like I'm going back. I went back to why I love doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the chip on my shoulder anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you satisfied everyone.
Yeah.
Like, now come back home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that's what I just started doing. That's what's crazy how our stories mesh like this.
Yeah.
Bro, I just started. I know you've seen the switch in the music I've been dropping lately too. I've been back on my bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what I was on before I got, you know what I mean? Because you started with the harmonies and doing all that shit. I started with the with the raw.
Yeah.
And then I transitioned into the harmonies to try to fit into what everybody else liked.
Yeah.
But I'm like going back to like that shit talking fats that I used to be.
Yeah.
And it feels so good to be there. You know what I'm saying? It just,
I mean, and realistically, people want to hear, because we just look at it as creating.
Yeah.
But when people see the vulnerability, they want to take advantage of that.
Right.
But it's almost like, and it sucks because it's like creating is deeper than that aggression side that we want to show. People see me all the time and be like, yo, yeah, I was talking to someone about your music, but they all like that. DJ tells me all the time, yo.
One second, hold on 1 second. I literally just had a feeling and picked up my phone, and the nigga I was waiting to call me hit me 2 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. Yeah, I'm at the stew. All right, bro.
But yeah, like, DJ tells me all the time, he's like, yo, Wells, you know I know how amazing you are as an artist. He was like, but these people want to hear when you're talking your shit.
Yeah.
Everyone likes that cocky, arrogant C. Wells that's talking. I'm like, me too, but like, I don't want to live in that space. Like,
yeah, facts.
I
And that be the thing, too. Like, sometimes I want to switch this shit up. I don't want to always be, yeah, I get what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, it's like, all right, bang, let's say I'm over here doing songs for the women. When I decide to slip that record into me talking my shit, I want it to feel like a breath of fresh air when I'm doing it. Like, it's not that I don't want to do it or I'm straying away from doing it. I want it to be that special thing of mine that I keep over here real quick.
Yeah.
Let you think shit's sweet because I'm over here.
Right.
Okay. Oh, you just said some shit on the record? I bet. You forgot I do this.
Yeah. I like that.
Now I'm like, now you're like, oh, fuck. Why did I go play with this man? So, but yeah, like I got a lot of that on this is probably my best balance of everything on this album. It's like anything that people love, I do, I did it. Like it was just like, and then it's like the rollout I plan on doing with it is everything you've ever seen me do. But then that's why it was like perfect timing that the album's called Live Famous, because it's like anything you ever see me do throughout my 15, 16 years of doing this, I just condensed it all into this one thing. Whether it's how I'm going to roll out the album. Like, if motherfuckers see me do a billboard before, you might see me with 10 this time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit like that. So now, but it's like throughout the album, you see where I'm trying to go. So it's not like I'm blindsiding you with this album that I'm trying to follow right up with for the women. It's like, you're seeing, oh, he's going back to who he's coming back home.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm looking at it.
Fire, my nigga. Good shit, bro. I can't wait for the vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
gonna
shout you out.
And I love the Live Famous album, but the music that I'm creating for this, I don't want to call it an R&B album because I'm gonna be rapping for them as well.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, I'm like, why did I stray away from this? I'm like, this is probably the most authentic me that I enjoy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I love the fellas. I'm sick of rapping for y'all.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you, bro.
The women buy the tickets. They want to buy the
merch.
merch.
They buy the tickets and the clothes and they support all your bro. They will go broke supporting something that they fucking appreciate and love, bro.
And I be feeling guilty when, it be mostly women pulling up to the crib buying the merch. So it's like, I'm feeling guilty because I'm like, damn, that was just 10 women that just bought a hoodie.
The niggas is just, it's still a testosterone battle at the end of the day. These niggas don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah, and I'm like,
you got those few niggas who show you respect, and then you got, I'm gonna say only about 10% of niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only about 10% of niggas is gonna really genuinely want to see you with that push. Them other 90% of people literally hate you, bro.
Yeah, and it's like I start feeling guilty because I'm like, damn, y'all are even though I'm doing for the guys, y'all trying to support it. And now I feel guilty because I'm not doing enough for y'all. So, like, that's what the follow-up album is going to be. Because it's like, all right, this was my farewell to not so much my farewell, but, yo, let me put y'all on break for a while. I need to cater to...
Show you something else. So, yeah.
Plus, I'm a grown man now. Like, it's like I'm trying to, be a grown man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, that's what it's about. And they want to support, bro. And I feel like a lot of us don't do for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they just don't, like... And
make sure you hit me up for the feature. I want to get on that one.
Yeah, like, I think that's probably going to be where I start. Like, obviously, for the rapping, I be wanting to do features, but I think, like, the album for the women is going to be where I get creative on... Like, that's going to... I think that's going to be my real push to do features. Like... Because I want it.
You know I'm here for it if you need me, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. I think I'm gonna reach out to a lot of the homies for that. The ones that I think like, all right, get out this box real quick. I know you could do something over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all like women, man. Like, it's not.
Word
so it's
up.
like I think
it should be easy.
That don't get displayed enough. I feel like the way we be like, I think I seen something on TL like, rappers be rapping like they don't like women, and I'm like. Fuck.
Nah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you seen when I did when I did the battle with Sonarell, I did songs for women.
Yeah.
And they and niggas was so upset.
Yeah.
Even some of the bitches were so upset because they're so used to that raw shit
Yeah.
that they was like, oh, this nigga's talking about.
To me,
this
it's
is
like
what
it's a
I'm
versus. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like it's a versus. Like, what the fuck am I gonna?
I'm trying to show you diversity.
I'm not trying to kill you in one way. I'm trying to show you can't fuck with me. Period.
Exactly. That is. Yo, I ain't gonna say no more. We're gonna talk because that's gonna be a conversation for another. Honestly, I hope one day this nigga Son of Row might want to come over and pop over and have a conversation.
Yo,
you know
me
what
and
I'm saying?
Tony became great friends after our verses. Like, people seeing us on the fly that we was doing verses
hip.
together.
Yep.
People were
Yeah,
like,
I
yo,
did.
this is gonna be ugly.
That's another nigga I gotta get in here too. That Tony Moreau is fire. That nigga's a savage.
We
for
hated
real.
each other for years. That's my dog now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like he be swiping up, showing support. I be like, yo, bro, when are you free? When are we getting in the studio? What the fuck?
Word.
10 years ago.
That nigga sleeps with a dumbbell now, though.
Yo.
That nigga sleep with a dumbbell now.
I remember I swiped up on his poster a few weeks ago. I'm like, Bane. He was like, I was thinking the same thing when I posted it. I was like, yo, I'm not tripping.
Yo, that's
But
fire.
like, that shit's cool because it's like we built our careers off having beef with each other.
Yeah.
So it was like, and everyone knew it. So like when people see we was doing a versus, a lot of people thought that was gonna be ugly.
And it was fire.
I was coming fresh off the billboard. I think I had my billboard up like, and that was another thing. It was like I was showing like, cause a motherfucker would have a billboard up and think they're too ill for some shit.
Right.
I had my billboard up and I was showing the city like, nigga, I'm still in the streets with it. Yes, I got this billboard up. Okay, and I'm still.
Yep.
I'm still gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm
and
saying?
you was still selling merch out the trunk.
Selling merch.
And
I
you
had
was
my
still
album
popping
out.
the
Like,
yeah,
like, and I'm like, yo, fuck it.
You
I'll
definitely
take time
wasn't
out.
acting like you was better than nobody.
Fuck no.
And
like,
niggas was hating still.
Yeah.
Niggas was hating still.
I'm like, yo, and I think
we love to hate.
That's why I shoot myself in the foot, cause like I continuously feel like I got a point to prove when I do my biggest move. Like, I'll do something big that I know someone will go missing for. Like I'll go do my biggest move and then go walk down. I'll leave my car at the crib today.
Facts.
I'll go walk down the street just so motherfuckers can see me.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think that's kind of where I'm learning being too accessible makes people kind of treat you like you're regular. Like, you know, even though like that's the intention, because I wanted to do something and then still let y'all know, okay, this is obtainable.
Right.
But then there's a bad to that too. Like,
Correct.
it's like, okay, now people
You definitely
like,
got to become.
oh,
less
you just
accessible.
did that, and because there's that person that thinks small that you'll go have a song with G Herbo or go do
right.
a
And if they
feature.
see you at Walmart, they're like, he ain't doing shit.
Exactly. And, like,
I just seen this nigga at Walmart buying cereal.
Like, motherfucker, you just see, and now I get it, because there are people that will do certain things and then be accessible because they have to be.
Right.
I didn't have to be. I chose to be. So it was like, oh, you think you not seeing me at Walmart right now because I want you to see me at Walmart.
Right.
Like, what? I will go missing on your ass. Like,
Yo,
and now you're going to have something to say about that. Now you're going to be like,
he ain't never outside.
He don't be.
He say he from the city.
Exactly.
Yo, bro, we gotta have to have you come back.
Exactly.
We gotta have you come back.
You know,
I feel like we got multiple conversations we can have here. No bullshit.
We just had to touch on the surface of it and give people an idea.
Facts. That was the tip of the iceberg right there.
Yeah,
We just
exactly.
gave him a little dog. We could have been going all night. Trust and believe
Exactly.
that. But definitely want to give you your flowers, my nigga. And tell you I'm proud of you if
appreciate you for
nobody
having
else
me,
is,
brother.
bro. Everything you've been doing since I met you, bro. Like, literally, you've been on the upward path, and just like I'm sure that I inspired you a lot of ways, you
Yep.
inspired me a lot of ways too, bro.
Right.
When it comes to never giving up this shit, keeping
Yeah.
it going, and letting the motherfuckers just talk,
Yeah.
and just showing out, bro. You
Exactly.
literally, I watched you fucking fight through all the pain by yourself.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, facts. This nigga's a goon, bro. This nigga did it by himself.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
a lot of people don't. I don't think people acknowledge that.
They don't.
Because I think you have to know. I think you've had to see me from where you've seen me at to know I do fight the shit by myself. But like, I be like, people be like, yo, he ain't this, he ain't that. But you just went to war with me with 10 people, and I'm by myself. Like, and I could go get 10 people.
Exactly.
I could go get 20.
Yo, bro, and that's the same. You see it to this day. You see me going to war with niggas all the
Right.
time by myself. I ain't
I can go
asking for no backup. I ain't telling nobody. Yo, you already know back from when we was young.
Yeah.
It's as easy as making a phone call. If it gets to that, go take care of
But
that.
it goes back to that conversation that we was having about the man up there.
Correct.
That nigga gonna fuck you up way worse than
Way
anybody
worse.
I'm gonna go get.
Way worse. And y'all niggas make sure that's the bigger picture right there. That's the big picture right there. If you niggas don't know it, y'all better stop with the hate, man, and start spreading that love, dog.
Yeah,
For real.
for real.
This is the big picture, and this is the gray area. This is my brother C. Wells came
Wells.
here, and we dropped some gems on y'all. We hope that y'all can take something from this and build from it, because we ain't here to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Love is love. Again, my guy. Thank you
I appreciate
again.
you for having me.
Yes, sir.